Hey there, folks. All right. Say hi to the people. All right. Who's ready for scintillating evening of basketball? All right, we got the A team, obviously. Are you part of the A team? Say hi. Who do you think's gonna win tonight, Miami or Philadelphia? Miami or the red or the white team? What do you think? You don't know. The what? Slime? Oh, okay, that's a good answer. All right, so exciting. You have boogers? Well, that's a great answer. Really, we're off to a rousing start. Wipe it on the old sleeve there. Um, so yeah, exciting night tonight. I'm looking forward to this one. I still don't know quite. I mean, I think any Knicks fan, being honest with themselves, probably has to admit rooting for Miami, whether it's because they think it's an easier matchup or get a little revenge for last year. And yet, I don't know. There's a part of me that's like, look, if it's Philly, you go into you play Philly, you play good ball. Whatever happens, it's going to be very easy to sleep at night if you go into Philly and play your best and let the chips fall where they may. For me, at least. And it's like if you play Philly and you beat Philly, presumably with Embiid being healthy the whole time, then you're off, man. Then the momentum is yours, and you really do have a nice launching pad to hopefully make a deep run. Although we'll see what happens with Giannis and the other series and when he come back and all that stuff. But oh, is my connection bad? Okay, hold on. My connection might be bad. I don't think my connection's bad. Oh, okay, good. So it's just you, DJ. We have Kevin Wilson in the chat saying he thinks he'd rather play Philly. AB says, "Give me Philly. Miami will beat up Boston. Best chance for a deep run." That's an interesting theory. I like that. Um, yeah, I don't. Well, I mean, so here's the other thing that I don't know if speaking for myself, I don't know that I've given enough thought to. If Miami wins tonight, and I agree with you, Kevin, I do think that the Knicks are as well suited as any team to deal with Embiid. Um, Hi, Andrew. You have to change that hashtag. I love fun. You saw me. You saw me over the weekend. Who was having more fun than me? Um, if Miami wins tonight and Philly goes into Boston to face Boston, could Philly win that series? I don't know. I think it would be an uphill battle, but just on the whatever percent chance that Philly beats Boston, well, then all of a sudden they've taken out theoretically the biggest competitor. I don't think Philly would win that series. Just my 2 cents, but we'll see. Oh boy. So it looks like behind the scenes for anybody maybe watching on YouTube, there is a thriving community of degenerates that not infiltrated. They are the Substack community. All the people that read my newsletter and there he is.
Hey.
And that are in the chat every day. It's the best basketball conversation out there for my 2 cents. But they are bum rushing apparently this live stream. So just beware. That's all I have to say. Beware.
All right, I think I'm back on. Sorry about that.
You're good. Now you're good.
Okay, good. How are we?
We were just talking about who we're rooting for, or whether we're rooting for anybody. Wait. Hold on. I haven't checked your poll. Let me see where we're at here. When I last saw it, it was like 60-something% for Miami.
Yeah, I think it's gone. It's a little tighter, but I think we're right in
really?
that range. Yeah, not by much though. Let me see.
So that's the problem. My phone's on a different internet. So I wonder those folks who voted for Philly, who voted, yeah, who said they'd rather face Philly. I wonder, did they say that because it's like, bring on the bigger challenge? Do they fear Miami, and do they think Philly is an easier mark? Do they just have no faith in Embiid to come up big in the playoffs? I don't know. That's interesting to me.
Yeah, I think if I had to guess, it's Miami fear 1, Embiid health 2, and then the perceived easier Brunson matchup. I think those would be my 3 items there. Just because I think only because it's the Spoelstra factor, and you saw them. I know that it was without Anunoby, but you saw them make life really hard for Brunson a few weeks ago now. So I think those are probably the 3 factors that if you're going to be buying stock into wanting Philly to come out, I think that's where you're going.
So here's what I would say about Brunson versus Miami in particular. I think Miami would absolutely be ready for him in game 1.
Mm-hmm.
And we know Spo is going to adjust as the series goes along. But that's a matchup, that particular matchup, Brunson versus the Miami defense. I would have it as a tilting thing. If it starts out heavily in Miami's favor, if it did, it would slowly go more into Brunson's favor, because I got to think he'd figure that out the longer we run along in that series.
I think you're right, and I think that's where my head would be as well. I think if you just base it on the Brunson, what matchup is easier for him, I think Miami takes some things off the table, especially the fact that you can't, if you're going to put Bam in any sort of pick and roll action and he switches, it really limits the isolation opportunities. And then you have Butler, who at times has really guarded Brunson well, at least this season. And then Highsmith, I just think really highly of his defense. They just have a little more body, size, strength to throw at him that I think would be a little bit tougher. But, to me, I look at this potential matchup, and I look at Embiid, and he on the broadcast, I forget who was reporting it, but he's calling himself about 70, 80% in terms of where he is health-wise. Yet he's still averaging a point a minute since he's come back, and his 3-point shooting is dynamite. He doesn't look the same, but you look at his numbers, and over the last 5 games, they're, if not what he was doing before he got hurt, it's pretty close. So he scares me to no end. And you've talked about one of these series or one of these playoff series, he's going to go nuts and he's going to carry this team to a title. It might not be this year because of health, but he worries me. And I think Maxi's a factor too. And Benjy's here. How are we?
And Benjy, are you paying homage to a certain New York point guard right now?
I'm just focused on the playoffs.
When Benji's committed to a bit, it's different than when I love Andrew. For Andrew to commit to a bit is nothing. Andrew commits to a bit every day. But for Benjy to commit to a bit, it's
you got to stop with the fire emojis and he's gonna start sweating here. Little spits.
You think I'm watching this game? I'm just focused on the playoffs.
There's part of me that wants you to do the whole live stream like this, but then there's part of me that really doesn't.
It's hot. It's hot in that hoodie. Holy cow!
That was a vibe. That the black hoodie at the press conference.
A vibe.
It was a vibe, man. That guy.
Locked in, Ryan Eggers. I'm locked in, Ryan.
What are So Tibbs is watching live right now, we think?
Yeah. They might have a team part. They might have a team watch, possibly.
That would be cool.
I could see that.
So let's take some questions from the chat, and when I say let's, I mean you guys. Noah asks, any thoughts on the games last night?
I can go first. I guess. I thought Zion was incredible. I thought for as dominant as he was, I was actually more equally concerned about how LeBron looked. There was a couple missed layups. His defense off the ball was terrible. It was one of the worst.
My God, the cut he missed was Zion, the back cut at the end there.
Behind
oh my
him.
goodness!
Yeah, I don't know how you missed, but it happened like several times where he would back cut, he would miss him, and he was falling asleep. And Anthony Davis too just wasn't dominant. And I was so impressed by how Zion just kept going to the left hand, kept challenging Davis or whoever was at the rim and finishing. And for him to have his hammy go on him with 2 minutes to go was just, as he's having the game of his life, was brutal. And you knew it as soon as he came off the floor. Like, I was wondering at first, like maybe he's cramping because of all the minutes, but clearly he knew it was something significant. So I feel terrible for him because he was unstoppable and as big a game as he's played in. So just sucked to see him go down like that.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I caught segments of that game. I was actually playing basketball, so I didn't watch the first game. So I guess I can comment on the second one. Because I watched that whole game. So I'll let you. Yeah, I mean, watching the Warriors is so fascinating. It was so representative of their season because they literally toggled between lineups and looks like 12 different times in that game. And they'd find a little bit of traction with one look, and then they'd try to go to another, and they just couldn't settle on a lineup or a feel or an identity throughout the whole game. It was kind of crazy to watch. I mean, they played, I think, 10 guys. They were going different combinations. Loon got some looks. Kuminga got some looks. He found a little traction in the second quarter. They started him in the third. Then he didn't play well. They banished him for basically the rest of the game. It was just a team that they found a little bit of success in a lot of different looks, and they couldn't settle on one. And the Kings, for all their flaws, know exactly who they are. They play the same way every night. It's the same type of – and you just felt it. And obviously the home court helped. Sacramento's an amazing place to play. But that, to me, was like the big difference. It was just like Sacramento knew exactly who they were and what they wanted to do. Golden State could not settle on anything, and you felt it throughout the game. It was kind of fascinating. And then Clay sucked. That too.
The Clay part is very interesting to me, less from a perspective of like, as he played his last game from Golden State, and more from a perspective of like, if you're a team with cap space this summer, because I can't imagine he's going to leave the Warriors to go sign even at the full non-taxpayer mid-level of like 12 point whatever. Like, if you're a cap space team, if you're one of those 6 teams, 5 or 6 teams are going to have cap space, are you really going to spend your cap space and go 3 years and $50-60 million on Klay Thompson? I don't know how you could do that, and unless there's a team willing to do that, is he really going to leave? So I don't know. I thought that was
like if I'm in Orlando, right? That's the team that's been thrown about, desperate for shooting.
Yeah, but like,
I would try to go shorter if I was them. I would do like 2 years, 55,
2 for 50.
Yeah, like something like that, and try to see if you could juice your offense a little bit. All right, here we go, fellas.
Here we go.
And Benjy, what are you looking for in terms of Embiid's health, like off the bat?
Yeah, I mean, it'll be. I don't know. He makes it pretty obvious when he's not feeling 100%. I don't think you have to look too carefully. But yeah, I mean, more of the kind of the explosive. Does he have any? Like, he could be so good without his explosiveness, which is crazy. Does he have that second jump? Bam already hurt somebody on the screen, or Lowry was just flopping.
Right, it could be either one.
It's like See, Bam's starting to experiment with that 3 ball, and if the Knicks play this team, I hope they dare him.
Yes,
that's interesting.
So he's always in a deep drop, Embiid, but it feels like since he's come back, it's been just extremely deep, and
he's just
sitting there. You saw the Heat run that. They just go to the DHOs on that in the corner. Hero, he didn't get a good look, but just something to be on the lookout for, because he has been. I mean, that to me is a sign that he just isn't capable right now of adjusting off that. He's just sitting in the paint.
I'm curious how much you guys trust Kelly Oubre defensively, because like
wow, what in the God's name is going on here?
A lot of bricks.
Yeesh. Maxi's hurt.
Is he really? Oh yeah.
He's struggling. He's all right, I think. Maybe just got jammed. Oh, maybe not.
Okay. Yeah, the only reason I ask is because, like, ostensibly you go into Oubre for his offense in the starting five, or for his scoring at the very least, and he seems like he's a capable defender, even though I don't know if he's ever really put it together on that end. But I don't like. I don't know. He's got good length. He moves well. Like he doesn't strike me as someone like you target if you're an opposing team, which maybe is part of the calculation for Philly.
Yeah, I'm with you there. And I think, especially in the second and a little bit in the third Philly games that the Knicks played, he gave Brunson a lot of trouble. That's always the kind of body you want on Brunson. Like, I don't care how you've seen it with now Caruso, Beverly. You put. I don't care how good and pesky you are as a defender. Like, those guys are really successful when they can get under you, and nobody can get under Jalen.
Even Drew Holiday struggles.
Even Drew Holiday.
Yeah.
All of them. Derek White. All of them. Like, those guys need to get underneath you, and nobody can get underneath Jalen Brunson. He's too strong. He's low center of gravity. The best you've seen it. I mean, you saw Miami last year. Not that Brunson necessarily, I would say, struggled, but they made him work, right, with length and with wings. And I thought Oubre was really good. He avoided fouling for the most part. He and Batum both actually in different times of the game, of both those games, I thought gave Brunson, made him work, really made him work. So yeah, I don't think Oubre is the kind of guy that you hunt. And in some ways, the reason that I want Miami to win this game is actually because of the way they've now surrounded Embiid and Maxey. There are less weak points now, both from a shooting perspective and from a defensive perspective, than in the game when the Knicks played them in January and blew them out, even with Embiid. Like, I think they filled out the roster actually pretty well, to a point where I am worried at the lack of places to help off of defensively and to attack offensively.
I think it's a good way of putting it. And that's not even, you're not even getting to the other factors, and you put it even Embiid to the side a bit. Despite the first shot here tonight, Maxey is a really tough cover. You watch how the Knicks struggle defending White during the Bulls game, the last game of the season. It was a DiVincenzo matchup, and he just could not keep him out of the paint. I imagine if it's Knicks Sixers, DiVincenzo would get the bulk of the time on Maxey, and I just don't know how the Knicks are going to do a good enough job of containing the ball. And you can throw Josh Hart at him. McBride would get shots, but the minutes are going to be very limited. And then Anunoby, I think the thing that the Knicks would probably have to try to discern is, do you want him having that assignment? Maybe you do it in spurts, but I think in that matchup, you might want him digging down on Embiid and just trying to be a little more free to place his off-ball defense and try to disrupt things in that way. So I think the Philadelphia presents a lot of problems. The Maxey piece of it worries me, not as much as Embiid, but it's close in terms of how much they can give the Knicks some problems on offense.
Yeah, what I think OG does on the back line, so you have him on Tobias Harris, which is where Randall was in that game in January. And then you can blitz Maxey, at least selectively, and you know that you have OG coming to help on the Embiid role, which you can live with, right? So, like, if you don't have OG there and you have Josh Hart and Devo off ball, that you can't really live with. I mean, so that actually limits what you can do on the ball with Maxey if OG is on the ball, because you're not going to blitz it if you have nothing behind in terms of size. So all things that you have to kind of think about when and I think and the Knicks did this in January. I think they'll vary their looks. I think they'll throw some switching. I think they'll throw some blitzing. I think they'll throw some drop. I think that's what you have to do against great players. But that is something at least to think about in terms of your matchups.
Thank you. This is going to be, regardless of who they play, this is not going to be a customary 2-7. It's just not.
For all our Knicks fans' bravado, are you like having buyer's remorse a little bit with gutting for the 2? Because I am not. I'm like, you know what, man?
No,
let us have it. Whatever.
I wanted it too, because they've as we keep saying, they've earned our belief. Unbelievable.
Kyle Lowry doing Kyle Lowry things.
The heroes,
but they're just going to have to play really well.
Right. The Knicks have to play really well. Exactly.
Look at Jovic.
This guy's been solid, man. He's bringing the ball up.
Like Joel there barely got off the ground.
Right.
Like that's like he's still a hulking presence down there, but if he's lacking that explosion to really contest.
Mm-hmm.
There he is. Like I think the Knicks will help off him very liberally. And again, if you have OG on him, you can do that. And you can let OG roam off Harris, and okay, he makes a couple threes. Maybe you change things up a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Two
This
hero
is not
turnovers.
The game that,
yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
2 turnovers by
No,
Hero.
I was gonna say this is not the game that Miami needed Tyler Hero to be doing this stuff.
They might sit him at some point.
No Rozier tonight, obviously, so they need him.
Yeah. Kyle Lowry. Could have sworn that was going to go in. So is Caleb Martin going to shoot 78% from 3 this playoffs?
That guy, man, I forget. At some point during the playoffs, I was like, man, this guy's going to be like a $25 million a year player.
He was, to me, he was the series. I think his play was the difference between that being a game 7, to the last possession, and the Heat winning in 6. He was that good. It was crazy.
Yeah.
He also tried to dislocate Jalen's ankle about 5 times.
See, that was interesting. Yeah, that's true too. The Sixers switched that action, that Maxey Embiid pick and roll, and they had Jimmy on Embiid, and that's the argument to have OG on Maxey.
Yeah, then can you live with the big on small the Maxey matchup?
That's right. Probably selectively. And late clock, right?
Right. I don't have the percentage, but I think Maxey is shooting like an extremely high percentage on his step backs, which is usually what he's going to resort to.
There's a lot of scoring going on here, John, huh?
This is pretty ugly ball, right?
That is terrific defense. That is so good. It's bad offense. It's good defense. It's injured basketball teams.
See, he's a little bit farther out than he's accustomed to.
He didn't have to jump. You cannot do that. You cannot do that.
The head fakes and the reach-ins, you just can't. Those are the 2 things you got to take off the table, and that's what Hartenstein did in the January matchup. He just didn't bite on any of them.
I mean, I think Embiid ended up taking 9 or 10 free throws in that game, but I felt like the Knicks did a very, very good job limiting it. I agree with you. And the Knicks in that game, interestingly, I was looking for where they were helping off of, and there was some of it, but they kind of let Hartenstein deal with the matchup. Like it was, and
Embiid missed a lot of very makeable.
Yeah, Embiid missed a few that he normally makes, and he got hurt on the first play of that game. He stepped on Hartenstein's ankle and maybe wasn't 100%, but he got him a few times. He trucked him to the rim a few times, but you look at that box score, nobody else got going. Like it was Maxey, Embiid, and then nada. Oh man, Hero.
My goodness. See, but like you watch this Miami team go through stretches like this, and you're like, why are they not a 25-win team? And but they find a way.
Embiid's good. I mean, look at this. He's gonna shoot him.
I mean, is that really?
They're not going
to
care.
Want if you're... Yeah,
and there were actually a couple times in the last Knicks Miami game where Hartenstein was out there and let drives go to the rim. I was like, well, I don't care if Bam Adebayo shoots threes. That's got to be a foul. Yeah.
I thought that was a bit of a bailout. You didn't?
It was a flop, and it's the kind of call that they've kind of let go of the second half of the year, but. Interesting. Let's see.
What?
Ooh, JJ.
Yeah, but is he wrong?
No.
Hold on, I'm just plugging my laptop in.
Let's see.
But like, what did Bam do wrong here?
Nothing. I don't buy that. It's nonsense. It's a nonsense call. It's a shame too. It was a huge call in this game.
It's a game changing call because his defense is the only thing keeping them in the. You could argue it's the only thing keeping them in the game.
But I will say is at least now they can truly stretch Embiid, so that'll be interesting. If Kevin Love can get a couple threes to go, Embiid playing that heavy drop. So, and Kevin Love's been good all year for them when he's been healthy. Really good.
Oh, he's been.
They revived his career. It's crazy.
I was thinking about Kevin Love earlier today.
Oh, look at this. So they went. Looks like they went into a little zone.
What?
Or no, Embiid's on Jimmy. Fascinating. And that's what you get. Another tremendous flopper. That's smart, right? And this is something, by the way, this is something the Knicks would never try, right? This is a Nick Nurse thing to do, is to be like, Jimmy Butler's the worst 3-point shooter on the floor. Kevin Love can shoot 3 and stretch us out. I'm putting Jim. Well, now he's got Embiid on Jovic. It's just interesting.
Maybe they don't care if Jovic shoots 3s, although they probably should.
No, they don't. I mean, that's
man. Embiid's not anywhere on defense right now.
Mm-hmm.
He's a shell of himself. Sam Garcia, both these teams stink. Tonight they have.
Listen, man. I'm saying it now. I'm picking our team in either series.
Okay. I will too. Shocker.
I'm the jerk that picked Cleveland last year, so don't. Maybe that's a bad thing. Maybe I should pick both teams over our team. I had Cleveland in 7 last year, like a doofus.
You guys got me here, right? I'm on.
You're back.
Yeah, you're good.
Sorry about that. I don't know what's going on in my connection, but I will say, I think the Philly series could have been close to a pick 'em if I saw like a better version of what I'm seeing from Embiid. But I think, John, you hit it defensively. He's just not. That's where you're really seeing the impact of that knee. So I think you have to give the Knicks an edge.
Yeah, and I just, I still worry a little bit about, as we talked about, the length that they could put on Oubre. But then again, this Knicks team, as you guys have diagrammed as well as anyone, with all the different creative ways they're finding to get Jalen the ball on the move and this and that, it's like it's not about just like a one-on-one matchup. I don't think, unless I'm misperceiving something.
D3, yeah.
Oh, okay.
The thing about Kevin Love is you're not going to bully him. Kevin Love's a strong man.
He's very strong. He kept doing a great job keeping Robinson off the offensive glass last year too.
He's one of the best rebounders of the generation.
Yeah.
Well,
that's my biggest fear going against Miami is because like we don't
out rebound them. We don't out rebound them.
No.
Yeah.
I'm like the Knicks could win games if they don't get offensive rebounds. It's just
I think the Knicks, this version of the Knicks, is much more likely to win games when they don't win the possession battle than last year's Knicks. Last year's Knicks required it.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
True.
But not to say it's not very important to their team. It is. It's always going to be very important to their team. It's good defense.
That's good defense by Kevin Love.
Yep. Stayed down, forced him to make a shot. Oh, Hero's getting up jumpers. He can't make any. Oh my God. That's what you can't give the Heat. That's what you can't give the Heat. Make them play half court at all costs. They're so good at forcing and playing off turnovers, but their half court offense stinks.
Right. For Butler, you keep him off the free throw line. You keep him at a transition. You don't let him duck in on those like semi-transition plays, and you're going to be in pretty good shape.
Right. We have not played Miami. Bang. We have not played Miami without having to send a lot of help to Jimmy Butler because we never played Miami with OG. And I am absolutely fascinated to see how Miami could generate offense if we don't have to send a lot of help to Jimmy. To me, that's the reason I want that matchup. Like that's number one, is that That's how they create advantages, is they dump the ball to Jimmy in the post or isolating on the right wing. And the Knicks feel like with Josh Hart or whoever else is on him, they got to send help. And if OG Anunoby's there, you do not. You shouldn't.
You putting DiVincenzo on Hero or Hart?
That's it.
Nice.
That's the exact steal that Jalen Brunson had on Embiid in January.
Yeah, it was.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's the Rozier piece we should talk about. Although, if they're playing Rozier and Hero together, it opens up a host of other.
So, what was your question, John? That I was.
No, but who do you? I caught myself because I initially asked who do you put on Hero, but then I was thinking, well, it's not about just who do you put on Hero; it's about who do you put on Rozier. But if they do have both of those guys out there,
they weren't starting both of them, right? They were starting Jovic, Martin, and Rozier with Hero off the bench. Right?
Yeah, I just wonder if they would, how many games have they had Rozier and Hero both healthy and available for?
They never have any of their guys. I don't even know. It's like
exactly. I wonder if it's something that they would look at. Probably not, but
I don't think I think against Brunson you prioritize more than anything guys he can't go at. You don't want two of them on the floor.
Yep.
So Embiid's out of the game. Paul Reed in. Look, they need him to make a couple of those.
Well, he opened the game with that bucket from the other side, but it's a good sign for them.
What?
Jesus!
How the hell? Here comes the Martin Dark Arts of the playoffs. Ooh, mama,
that's tough.
Batum's pesky for them.
Batum's good.
Batum's their Josh
Batum's
Hart.
like I was gonna say he's their Kevin Love in terms of the age and stage of their career, but he's probably a little bit better.
No, right. A little bit of both, right? Like he's their glue guy, their hustle guy.
He still defends well enough, and he's a really good corner shooter from three.
Yep.
Can I give you a couple probably meaningless Josh Hart stats that I found earlier today, but I just you'll probably appreciate.
Sure.
So I was just like digging through numbers for tomorrow's newsletter. When Josh Hart shoots over 50% from the field, which has happened in 21 games, the Knicks are 18-3. And one of the losses was the game against Houston where the foul that wasn't a foul happened. They're 9-1 when he dishes at least 8 assists, and then 14-3 where he has at least 12 rebounds. And then this is just, this talk about something that means nothing, but I found it funny. 17-2 in games where Josh Hart gets at least one block shot. All Josh Hart stats.
Yeah, I think that to me, like the rebounding and the passing, there might be some correlation there because it tells me he's rebounding and he's pushing and he's creating plays in transition, where I think most of his high quality assists come from. I think to me, in terms of his passing, like so much better this year. Even a little bit in the half court, but to me, it's really popping when he gets out in transition and he's not creating just layups. Like he's really cognizant of whether it's DiVincenzo or usually Brunson kind of running out to one of the corners and finding them. Like his passing has been fantastic this year. And to me, when he's rebounding and he's passing, the Knicks are doing stuff in transition, which is always a good sign for them.
Yeah, I see Code D. I hope I'm pronouncing his name correct, saying Josh Hart's the secret catalyst to the Knicks' success. I just feel like when he's heavily involved and when he's kind of feeling it, like you could tell that he's feeling it and is playing. It's when he's playing confidently, you know.
Well, you know, one thing. Sorry about the passing. I do want to mention this is that as the outlet on usually the left wing when Brunson is blitz and Brunson gets the ball to him quickly, like he is moving the ball fast. Like it's not sticking. He's just immediately getting it over, preferably to DiVincenzo in the corner. They get off an open three when they're in rotation. Like that play is not a transition, obviously, but that's when in the half court, he's really doing a good job of like your prototypical like connector, like just keeping the ball moving and creating open shots.
Or as a screener and then rolling off the trap.
That's
Yeah, and that another difference from last year, right, is that in that alignment last year against Miami, for example, Randall was that outlet on the left wing, and Josh Hart is somewhere else. And wherever else he was is being ignored to clog the lane. Now Josh Hart is that outlet. Now that allows them to maybe clog or blitz off of him, but as we mentioned, now he's playing 4-on-3 so well that I'm hopeful that alignment and that difference when you have one less non-shooter, and Randall's not a non-shooter, but not one that they necessarily respected.
Or willing from the corner.
Wow, is that bad?
Wow.
Speaking of Nick Batum being a heady, great veteran, what the? That's a horrible finish. Kids, work on your left hand.
And that was at an out of timeout play too. That turnover happened.
What's he complaining about?
He thought it was an M1. He thought it was an M1. No, he got a goaltend. I'm pretty sure he got plowed over. So yeah, it's an M1.
Yeah, it's a foul.
Good pass, Jaime. Oh, Haywood Highsmith. He's sure to make 4 threes tonight.
It's your favorite player.
Highsmith Haywood.
Yeah. I think were we on a stream together when you discovered him?
Yes. Yes, we were.
That was fun.
Little did I know at the time that he would haunt the Knicks' dreams for years to come.
The guy's a real NBA. He's like a real solid rotation player.
Holy cow!
Yeah, I don't. He has every right to argue that call.
That was crazy.
That was a knee to the kidney. That was a
crazy play. Haysmith Highwood.
We jinxed them.
You gotta stop saying that because I'm gonna start screwing it up now.
This is wild. Bam!
Right in the kidney. Right there.
I mean, look. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy, right? Fish that saved Pittsburgh. That's a good call, Noah Dennis. Yeah.
He almost sent Lowry straight into retirement.
I'll be so happy when he's done playing basketball. I never want to see that fucking guy again.
There were a few.
The Knicks tried to sign him, right? I think the Knicks tried.
I don't know.
Well, they almost traded for him, right? Wasn't that a thing? Dolan.
Yeah, well, back a decade ago.
Yeah,
what I'm saying is on the buyout market, I thought the Knicks at least inquired, but I think he was always set on Philly.
Yeah, I don't know.
Would have been a great pickup.
Deuce is better.
Yeah, but Larry can run an offense a bit more. I think they would have played together. On the second unit.
Atrocious.
You can. Larry. Don't worry about his size.
It's between these Philly turnovers and Miami missing shots at the rim.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think this game could be aggravating because my team wasn't playing. But it's like I'm aggravated on behalf of.
You have to watch Kyle Lowry do Lowry things. You have to watch it brings back bad memories with the Heat.
Mm-hmm.
And then with Philly, it's like it's ugly, man, and it's a lot of foul crap, and it's two teams that Knicks fans don't particularly like.
Hey, get used to it. Saturday at 6 Eastern.
Well,
yeah.
I don't think it's gonna be much cleaner, to be honest.
I hope the Knicks could dictate the play as opposed to having it. That's the thing about every time we face the Heat, I always feel like
turnovers,
the Heat are dictating.
Finish one.
Make one.
Yo.
Gosh.
Yo, he opted out of a contested layup. All right.
Thank you. Good Lord.
Got to cash one in. Jeez. Miami was in a zone there and kind of caught Philly off. Yeah, they're in a little 2-1-2 thing, morphing into it's like an amoeba. That's 2-3. I think it's a 2-3 that they're just playing high.
Yeah.
They are. Holy mother, are they not figuring it out? This is
that's unsettling.
That's a Spo special. Just throw out a weird amoeba zone.
Well, I would love to. Again, I hope the Knicks team is watching this game together, and B, I would love to be a fly on the wall. What are they saying as they watch that possession?
Yep.
He has not been a No, he makes one. He has not been shooting well recently.
No.
Until the playoffs. Now he's going to shoot 78%.
It's a tie game. And something not to underestimate. If you take and it feels like the air has been taken out of this building, they'll turn. They'll turn on their team. As opposed to Miami, who has just no genuine fans at all.
It's a really smart move without Bam in the game to go zone, and that's not a foul. I hate that call. Kevin Love just drew that by throwing his arms at him.
Mm-hmm.
See, watch, they got Love fronting, and you have help behind when you're in a zone, and he'd never touched the ball in that position. And you take away his pick and roll pocket pass if you're in a zone, right?
Yes. No, you need to get him high, and you need to get him to the free throw line and then cut from the corner and try to manufacture something out of there. That was what they were trying to do there. They're not going to jam that ball.
It feels like if he touches it in there, it'll converge and open up an actual good three.
Yeah. And his passing, I feel like, it's been good this year. But
who's that?
Embiid. So I feel like he can
now they're in a little press. This is so Miami. It's unbelievable. What is this? What are you doing now?
Smoke and mirrors, baby.
They're in like a 2-2-1. I don't even know what you call this, though, man. They're just. They're doing great.
See,
work,
why can't you teams they forget you can still set a screen?
It's a great finish. Oh, there it is. Another thing that killed the Knicks. Oh, he's hurt.
Oh, that's not good. You don't like this.
It's such a dangerous play. He's trying to draw it, and the guy jumps over him. Man, that hurts. That stinks.
Okay, I'm gonna see this again.
Because he does the fake and he jumps on top of him. Ow!
On the landing.
I think he came down right on his knee.
Yeah.
Like as he's.
So he's walking.
Yeah, he's up.
He's up. He's walking.
But I don't think
he's not coming out of the game. He's gonna take the free throws.
They shouldn't review. There's no review here. He pump faked him. There's nothing dirty about this.
No.
Yeah, and Jimmy kind of kicks out, which he's prone to do, to try to, right? Like he's kicking out.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there's definitely nothing malicious on Oubre's part, and if anything, it's kind of a little bit of an unfortunate break for Jimmy, who's trying to draw with the kick out.
Yeah, and there's a little face contact, but he's bracing himself for what's going to come with the fall there.
I can't. Maybe does the injury happen after he hits the ground and Oubre's on his leg and it kind of twists it out? Common foul, of course. No question.
I have an unrelated question. So when they were playing hot potato on that last possession against the zone, Hield, it seemed like, had a few opportunities to put it up.
Yeah, it got caught underneath Oubre. Sorry, that's where I think he got hurt. Is that when it landed? Sorry, finish, John.
No, that's all right. Yeah, no, definitely. Why is Hield hesitating in that spot? This guy's one of the best 3-point shooters alive, or was at least.
And I don't remember the possession, honestly, or when he thought he had a look. Sometimes the way you're used to getting your shots out of standard, maybe he's screening and fading, or just a general kick out. Zones are kind of the looks feel different. Often you're getting passes from the top. You're getting passes from the top of the key, and you're just on the wing, and you're not really used to that and having an open shot. So it could just be adjusting to a zone that you're not used to playing against.
I think that's the answer. Yeah.
Oh, he's not walking well.
But I think you just have to you need to get into the paint, and it's really hard if you're just passing it along the perimeter. Set a screen, try to get some penetration. Let them try to get them moving a little bit.
He's coming out, I assume.
Yeah, you have to take him out.
Oh, it's the end of the quarter, so he's Ay. I mean, it's not like he has the healthiest knees to begin with.
No.
That stinks. That's not what you want to see.
Yeah,
No.
It looked like the Heat bench were annoyed at the Oubre play, and they obviously wanted it to be looked at, but I didn't see anything there that looked malicious at all. I mean,
No, man, it's a risky play for an offensive player. Like, it's a good play, but it's a risky one. You get a guy all the way up in the air and then try to jump into him. You know, often you see the defensive player get hurt on that play because you're kind of undercutting him on purpose.
Oh yeah, because they're up in the air. Yeah,
it's just a dangerous play. He's just going up to block the shot.
Well, I don't know how they generate any offense right now if he's coming out for an extended period.
Well, it's tough to talk about the game without knowing what is going on with Jimmy, but to the extent that we can, what are you guys' early impressions of this?
I think I'll take the Sixers side of things. I think Embiid looks worse than I anticipated, and I thought he missed the final regular season game to prepare him for what was going to happen today, and it feels like he's either stagnated or even just looks a little slower, a little more methodical in his movements in this one than the 5 games that he played after coming back. I don't think his positioning is farther out than I'm accustomed to seeing. And then, John, you mentioned the defense. He is absolutely providing zero resistance on that end. So for me, coming into this game, watching what he was going to provide for the Sixers was going to be a big indicator regarding how I'm viewing the upcoming series or potential series with the Knicks. So to me, I think you have to be a little bit concerned if you're a Sixer fan about how Embiid looks to start this one.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with that. Yeah.
I mean, Miami is up. They got nothing from Bam. And they are 1 of 7 from deep. And they're winning this game, obviously because of the I would say obviously because of the turnovers, and yet a bunch of them the Heat didn't even score on those. It's been a poorly played game from Philly, especially.
Is it not the most classic Heat game you've ever watched?
It's the most Heat game in the world. Forcing
turnovers, grimy. They're all over Embiid. Even though Bam has 2 fouls, they're finding a way. They're in a zone. They're mucking. It's a Spo classic.
It is, and they do have 9 points off turnovers. The Heat, they're not.
The turnovers have kept them in, but that's what they do. Yeah, that's what they do as a defense. That's part of their identity. I mean, they force it. Philly's usually a low turnover team, though.
Well, now I would think about this: the Knicks have not been as low turnover over the past couple of months. So that to me used to be a major strength for the Knicks, and I think it still is a strength. But we were talking about the possession game. I feel like. Just putting the Chicago game aside, which I thought was just wild and uncharacteristic. I just think the Knicks are, by design, a little more risky because they need to be regarding their passing, and that's just going to lead to more turnovers.
That and Josh Hart and Dante DiVincenzo, I love them both to death, are turnover-prone players. They have been their whole careers.
Yeah, they are.
They play with a certain... they're creative and a little risky, and that it's built in now a little bit. Yep. Whereas even though Randall was turnover prone in a sense, the offense with Randall was very, very shorthanded. It was station to station, get shots on goal. Yeah, it's changed a little bit.
It has. And this guy's back and never left.
That's
Jimmy
wild.
Butler standing at the free throw line, nothing happened.
I
don't know how you do it. He was limping his leg was about to be amputated. Now
they went in there and they molded the bones together, and he's back out there.
He's as much a warrior as any player that has played in the last.
We joke about it, but you're 100% right.
Oh, good screen. Yeah, he's moving okay. Oh, come on.
Wow.
And Embiid can't even argue because he has enough self-respect to not argue that call because he is who he is.
This is just this is the most pump fakes I've seen in a first half since 1951.
Oh my God.
When I first started watching basketball.
This is fundamental basketball. This is what all the my grandfather would tell me. This is what the NBA should be.
Look at him; he's dead. At this point, he's dead.
Yeah,
he's out next season.
Jesus.
You scared me.
That's fantastic.
There's some theater. There's some theater in him.
So, second foul for Embiid. We should know.
There you go. Still in that zone. Are they? Yep.
Hold on. I'm going to admit something. Oh, my God. Can you finish?
Oh. David Futternick, absolutely. And beating Jimmy fell the Spider-Man.
Great call, funny.
Yep.
Can we give some credit to the Sixers transition defense here, or is this just Miami blowing opportunities?
Probably a combination, but yeah, you have to. Oh my God!
Is that their 9th turnover, I believe? The one thing I will say that hopefully this game can, if again, we don't know who the hell we're playing. Miami's up 6 right now. But if we do play Philadelphia, looking at how much they're fumbling with the ball right now, since the OG trade, the Knicks are actually 7th in the league in turnover rate, which is as high as you will ever see a Tom Thibodeau coach team.
And top 10 in deflections as well in that span.
There you go. Good call. Great call.
So that was not that. You're right. That's not been a Thibodeau attribute as a coach generating.
My wife almost gave me a heart attack. Sorry.
What happened?
I didn't know she came in the room and she tapped me on the shoulder. I almost screamed. I'm so scared. I don't know where she came from. She snuck up on me. Man, it's terrifying.
Manuel in the chat asks how Tobias Harris makes $40 million a year. It's because the Sixers couldn't let him go when his next contract came up. And he was in a fantastic negotiating position.
Yeah. They chose him over Jimmy, famously. Or at least Jimmy perceived it that way.
And that's all that matters.
God, this game stinks. What is this?
It's like they're just throwing their bodies into each other, trying to draw a foul. That's basically what's happening right now. Like if this was street ball and you were, no blood, no foul, like there would be no points. You would just go back and forth, throwing shots off the rim. This is bad.
I love Tim Bontemps' way with words. Miami's now on a 14-2 run. The Sixers have made a number of hilariously poor turnovers. I mean, he's not wrong.
No, he's not wrong. This is a guy that can mess his zone up a little bit. He can penetrate it.
Yeah.
Obviously, the shooting with range. So we'll see if they go off it because I feel like he could be a zone breaker in a way.
Yes, Noah Dennis. I heard the rant and I loved it. Classic Bontemps on that great rant about the Cavs.
Yeah, we're matched up here.
I mean, there we go. That's good. Yeah, you want to make Love move laterally, right? So you face him up as opposed to trying to back him down. And Embiid is a 7-foot freak who can move pretty fast. All right, Embiid looking a little more spry all of a sudden.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Here he goes.
Good look. Miami still has 1-3.
Jeez, Maxi's a mess.
Yeah, you're
okay. It's a 3-on-1.
4-on-1,
bro. What the hell are you doing, Jimmy?
Unreal.
No one got back from Embiid. Never even got back on the screen. How many turnovers does Maxey have?
I'll look it up now.
I think he got 4. Jesus. Man.
3.
He has 3?
That's what it's listed as.
See, Joel at 100% is dunking that.
Mm-hmm. That's deep for him. Woo!
Wow.
Yeah, but you knew that was going down. I can't imagine why. I've been meaning to say this a few times, but I'll say it now as the Heat are up 33-26 with 8 minutes to go in the second quarter. I was thinking about Kevin Love earlier today because I recorded a little thing about Blake Griffin because Blake Griffin officially announced his retirement. And, he's had an interesting career, but ultimately a really good one. By the standards of the Basketball Hall of Fame, he is going to go in because the standards of the Basketball Hall of Fame are what they are. Kevin Love, I think. What's with Blake going in?
Yeah.
No, I agree too. Kevin Love's I think a slightly more interesting case. So Blake had 5 All-NBA teams. Kevin only 2, which is on the lower end for a Hall of Famer, obviously. But third best player on a title team, which gets him a little bump. I think he's going to be an interesting case. I'll just say that. I think he's going to be an interesting case, and I wonder how much what he's still doing now, and I don't know, maybe he has a couple more years left in him. I don't know how much that's going to matter. But like, he has a chance. He actually at this rate, I'd be surprised if he did not finish with 15,000 points and 10,000 rebounds, which I'll look it up, but I don't know if there's any guys or how many guys are out there that haven't made it with both of those notches. And at his peak was like, yeah, dude finished 6th in MVP one year. It's pretty. Yeah, he had a real peak.
Yeah, well, he reminds me of Bosch in the sense that he had gaudy offensive numbers and rebounding numbers with his first team, and then went to a LeBron team and became the 3rd best player and was a seamless fit in that. So he would have tacked on
seamless fit. I don't know if I'd say that.
Cleveland?
I think in hindsight, it wasn't always so simple. I guess with Bosch either, but more with Love. I mean, he took a lot of flack there.
I guess, but just like offensive. I mean, is your issue with like how he fit on the defensive end? Because I just feel like offensively, those 3 were dynamite together.
I think defensively for sure. And then, I mean, there was that first year, I mean, you had like the fit in or fit out thing, and he wasn't taking, I mean, he would be invisible at times offensively. And like, yeah, he became purely a stretch 4 and like his game was a lot more than that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about seamless.
Well, look at Bosch.
I don't know.
You could say the same thing about Bosch. Bosch's game was a lot more than what he did in Miami. Now, he was able to tap into things that were helpful, I think, probably more than Love was because of how he was built as a basketball player. But I hear you.
Is the Kevin Love defensive rebound outlet to LeBron like not one of the quintessential plays of that team? Like if you think in your mind like what made that team great, like that hit LeBron streaking and Love finding him. It's just I know it's a single sequence, but
no, for sure.
It just represented like their chemistry and how well they played off each other at times.
Yeah, no, I totally, I definitely, obviously, I mean, they had a lot of success together, and there were certain ways where, Love being able to stretch the floor for LeBron is all you need for LeBron at the end of the day. And Bosch had the same thing. They're those parallels are really interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. So Embiid back out here.
And almost gave it away. No,
see, that's a shot you need. You can't miss those.
Actually, he's having a tough time out there. Jeez, bricks.
Awesome.
Get
Why'd
out
he fall?
of here.
He fell because he's Jimmy Butler, but we're gonna call that foul?
Damn right we are.
Why?
Because they've been calling it his whole career.
Christ, man. Point Bam. All right, let's see it.
So getting back, I mean, man, we have to talk about both matchups because we still don't know how it's going to go. But we've been talking a lot about the Philly matchup. And part of the Philly matchup is, to me, how much does Deuce McBride play?
I love that question.
Yeah, it's a big one.
Because I really like him on Maxey. I think he's probably their best option on Maxey.
He's the best option on Maxey.
I thought he did good work in the January game on Maxey.
Yep.
And he can spread the floor.
Yep.
Like, the shooting is what it is. Like, you can't really deny it anymore. He's a really good shooter. Oh,
Well,
Highsmith Haywood.
Chris, our own Chris Persianen with the report earlier today that Bogey may have gotten some kind of wrist thing. I mean, look, Deuce is their sixth man, so he's going to play 20, at least 20 minutes. You'd think he should play more than that, though.
That's nice ball.
Yeah.
I struggle to think he gets to 20 minutes, though, based on
really.
Yeah,
Whoa!
What is happening?
What are they doing?
This is one of the worst offensive performances by a team I can remember in a game that matters. Unreal how bad they've been.
Pistons-esque.
Really, it is.
9-0 run. They need a 3.
They ain't getting it. No, there's the overpaid man.
Do you guys know what Kelly Oubre is shooting from 3 this year?
If I had to guess, 36%.
DJ?
Yeah, 39%.
How about 31%?
Is he really? So maybe
it surprised me too. But something to note.
You know what it is? I think he was shooting well before he got that accident, and then I think it's been downhill since. All right, they're within 7.
So
amazing. We're saying that the Sixers are within 7. Yeah. Do the Heat have a second 3 yet? I don't think the Sixers. Sorry. I know the Sixers have not had a lot of threes themselves, but the fact that the Heat are doing this. Sorry, they have 2 threes. The Love 3. I forgot the Love 3. And both teams have 2 threes, so neither team can hit a blessed shot. There you go.
Man, Embiid's played 14 minutes.
Busy, you're too much.
He does have 2 fouls. But I don't know how you don't think he's limited, right?
He's limited.
That's it. Playoffs start on Saturday. It's Wednesday. So he does get a couple good days, but I don't know if this is the type of thing that's just gonna heal up. And then he's got to, and then assuming a matchup with the Knicks, he's got to slug it out with the Knicks for 4+ games.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to take its toll, and that's every other night, basically.
It's a quick turnaround time also between game 1 and game 2. We should note.
And I'm missing
Saturday to Monday, and I mean, look, game 1 of a 7-game series is always vitally important, but man, you feel like it would put if the Knicks could take the first 2 at home, feel really good about that series. Andrew just texted me.
Oh,
is anyone reading the super chats? There are 2. I didn't know that. I don't know how to get access to the super chats.
Surely you don't think I'm reading the super chats, Andrew. Why don't you direct
DJ,
John instead of asking the question? Just
DJ, this sounds like it's falling on your plate, my friend.
Apparently, let me do some research. See if I can.
Just really a shameful performance. DJ, as shameful a performance as the Sixers are giving right now, not being on top of this.
Man.
Clearly,
hold on. I think I might be. Let's see.
I don't know. Franklin,
I hear a bell is ringing.
All right, I got it.
Sixers third 3.
I got it. You want the super chats? I got the super chats.
Look at Franklin. They need Franklin shooting out there. Look at this.
Can I read the super chat?
All
right, here we go.
Nice. Yes.
All right. Lunas.
Emirat.
Thank you.
Emirat, yes.
All right.
We know Lunas.
Here we go. Oh, I got an ad. No ads. All right. Heat have had some success with this zone against the Sixers and denying Joel. Do you think the Knicks would try it or feel they have better personnel to play man? So do you think the Knicks would try zone or play man? Tom Thibodeau, I presume, will be coaching on Saturday.
I'm sorry. Do you think the Knicks will start playing a zone for the first time all season now? No, I do not think that is going to happen. For the first time since Tibbs took over.
Right.
No, I do not.
Has the Tibbs team ever played a zone?
So I looked last year, and the Knicks were one of two teams to not have a zone possession.
Yeah, no zone.
That was last year, so I presume it's the same
over under on zone possessions the Knicks play is 0. The over under is 0, and you cannot bet.
Because you're not going to find a bookie to take the line. And all right, so we'll hold off on until the next break for the other super chat.
Now the Sixers are in zone. Look at this; they're just trading zones, and there you go. Miami actually.
Darrell Wright, who I frankly forgot was on this team until he came onto the floor.
Darrell Wright is not on this team.
Oh, sorry. Is it different Wright?
His name is DeLon.
DeLon Wright. There was a Darrell Wright.
I think Darrell Wright might be his brother. You can check me on that.
Benjy Rozier is just out for this game, as far as we know.
Holy cow, They can't make a 3. Holy cow. Now, Buddy Hield played like 2 minutes in this game, and they can't make a 3?
I think he played more than that.
He played more than that?
Let me see.
What? I feel like they kind of need him. That's such a crappy shot.
It's a bad miss. Hero hasn't done anything either.
Oh, what a save.
I mean, he'd have gotten some transition looks, but they are not generating good offense either.
Nor do they ever.
Right.
You're right, by the way. Hield is only 4 minutes.
It's a lot of that, man. I mean, now Jimmy's out right now. I don't know if he's out for the half. It's like walking wounded out here, man. It's like, and like that's where you have to look at it from a Knicks perspective. Is like neither team is healthy. They're not getting any healthier in this game. I'll tell you that much.
That's right.
Man, Hero's been a negative.
Dog, make a shot. You're wide open. Oh, that's a push off. That's a big boy.
That bump Euro that all their players do.
That's the second possession in a row. They've gone at Hero like he wasn't even there. He is a ragdoll on defense.
He hit Emmanuel quickly with that move last year.
He did.
Kyle Lowry.
Stumbling, bumbling.
Yeah, that was a lot of Jerome Bettis right there. That's what that was.
This is absolutely hideous.
Look, he's
that's all.
Although
challenge. Yep. All
right. Pretty clear. I could hear, if you want to read the other super chat, I can hear it. I'm just going to fill up my water real quick.
All right. So Christopher Webb. Thank you, Christopher. Appreciate that. The Sixers are clearly missing a true point guard is the statement there.
What was it? Sorry, repeat that.
The Sixers are missing a true point guard. So not a question, it's a statement. And Maxey certainly is not playing the part of a quote-unquote true point guard today.
Can I?
The problem is you don't really have like what is there? It's the Maxey Embiid 2-man game that was so lethal before the injury. The zone obviously is going to limit that, but even before the Heat went to a zone, it's not like the Sixers were spamming Heat Maxey Embiid empty side pick and rolls, which was a staple of their offense at one point.
Is Maxey any more of a true or less of a true point guard than Jalen Brunson?
I think Brunson is elevated beyond.
No, I'm not saying in terms of quality of player, like whatever he means by a true point guard.
I think Brunson is more of a true point guard. Yeah, I do. I think Maxey, he's really good at a specific thing with Embiid.
I think I actually agree with that. Maxey's a bit more transition based, kind of gunner, maybe more traditionally. But man, I mean, I don't think true point guard has anything to do with it. I think they're not healthy, and I think they're not making any threes, and Embiid's a shell of himself.
Yeah.
Can we at least point out that like
Maxey's been bad, to be clear. But that's not. I don't think that's because he's not a true point guard. I just think he's been bad.
Like, if Jalen Brunson was in a game like this, I don't care how unhealthy everybody around him is. Like, they're not doing this bullshit. I don't think.
Well, look, he would have the ball in his hands right now. Like Maxey is more of like an ancillary.
Here he comes.
Let's see if they can just create an advantage. I mean, they're just loading up on Embiid's side. They're flooding Maxey's side completely.
Well, they're still in this zone, and they need to be able to move the ball to the second side, and they just couldn't do it. Jesus. I mean, it's horrible offense. I mean, you have to be able to flash someone middle.
Yeah.
Even if it means getting Embiid off that spot, like get Batum at the high post and move the ball
Harris.
to the second side. I mean, it's horrible zone offense.
So you just like have to find a way to move the ball to the other side. That's all.
You got to get the ball to the second side. Yes. I mean, the Knicks zone offense in general is just it's simple. It's mostly just a flash to the middle, usually by the guy on the weak side corner. It's often OG
and baseline cutters,
and then baseline cutters, and then you swing it to the other side of and you set a screen too in there. Like the Knicks don't do anything fancy against zone, but I actually think they've been pretty good against the zone this year.
Yeah,
I think the numbers support that. I haven't checked in a while.
Yeah, they got actually last year they started horribly and then got better as the season progressed, and I think this year they improved.
There you go. I mean, that's all it is, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You just got to get the ball to the second side. That's a nice
5-point game somehow.
I don't know. I can't kill the Heat for not being up more. Like, again, Hero's been so bad, and they've missed a bunch of shots at the rim, and there's that. Okay.
Who got that offensive rebound?
I'll check.
Oh man, I don't even remember.
I'll check. Hang on.
It's all right. See, now you got Batum. Oh, that's a great steal. It's a great play by Martin. Yeah, Batum.
That's Caleb Martin.
Oh, was Caleb Martin? Yeah. Batum seems like a guy you really wanted against the zone. Like he's a guy they should be trying to get the ball to, and he'll move it. Man, this is our championship broadcast, huh?
I don't know. Doris doesn't offend me like she does.
She doesn't offend me. I just don't think it's.
You don't think she's up to the task of like an elite broadcast?
I don't think her. I think Reddick's still pretty raw at this.
Yeah.
I think he's like a better podcaster than he is like an announcer. There you go. And
finally,
it's an 11-point game. Holy smokes!
This is
right, so now
not quite dire times yet.
Outside, and they're gonna. There you go. So now Harris has a high post. Now move it. Jeez, he's slow.
He's very slow.
Right, so that's the problem with Tobias Harris. You just saw it. Like that is the problem with Tobias Harris. Like he did not see that. They had a 2-on-1 on the weak side. Josh Hart makes that pass in a split second.
Man, this is like Knicks. Are they booing in Philly? Are they?
Yeah,
they're booing.
Of course they are.
Oh, yeah. Why am I surprised?
Of course they are. It's Philly.
Of course they are.
Sweet, sweet music.
It's Philly is a town where it's like, what if you gave a bunch of degenerates degenerate pills? Come on. These people are the drain off on the fucking bar mat at the end of a long night.
Oh, that's great.
Fly, Eagles, fly. There you go.
That was a back-to-back burn sequence that I've just never heard before. That was well done.
Just so you know, Jalen Brunson's a big Eagles fan.
He is.
I do know that. I am cognizant of that.
Maybe his only flaw.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he might be the perfect human being.
What is that guy wearing? A button-down referee shirt? What is going on there?
Wait, well, hold on. Oh, yeah. There it is. That's good.
Is that the official uniform for the scorekeepers now?
Got to wear a college shirt, folks. Oh, my
God. What was that? Can we show that guy?
No idea what that was.
I don't even remember how Embiid got on the line, but I'm just so used to seeing him there. I don't even pay. I don't remember how he got there.
I have no idea either.
But there he is.
There he is.
It's his favorite spot.
It's a Foot Locker employee.
Yeah.
Or fan, whatever.
A Foot Locker.
No, you're at your job. You're like, oh, where are you going? You gonna hang out tonight? No, I got to go to my second job. That's where he is right now.
Oh, that was dangerous. Wow.
Yeah, but how could the defender have avoided? Was that really on the? I don't know. I'd like to see that again.
I think he gambled for a steal and missed, and then ran into him. I think that's what happened.
You're right.
This game is not over.
No, no. Because Miami's going to forget how to score for the half a quarter.
Ay, good Lord in heaven. Please make this half end. For the love of basketball. I feel like I've watched 3 games.
This is tiring. It's making me look forward to Hawks Bulls.
Exactly.
I don't know if I'm. Oh,
what is this?
If I'm the Knicks, if I'm Tibbs, right? Oh wow, how did he miss that?
You can't jump.
If I'm Tibbs, I might be like doing a walkthrough of a 2-3 zone right now with my team.
No, he's calling a practice like now.
let's learn zone immediately.
Well, all right. So let's do a little reset.
Reset.
So at the half we have the Miami Heat in Philadelphia leading the Heat 51-39. I have to think this is the fewest points that the Heat have, or the Sixers have scored in any game that Embiid has played in a half. But I'll see if I can find a way to check that. In terms of players playing well, Jaime Jaquez Jr. is 3 of 4 from the field, which in this game is deserves a medal. But the Heat are 6 of 20 from 3. They finally made a few. The Sixers, however, are 3 of 18. Man, I'm looking at the Sixers stat lines. Harris 3 of 9, Embiid 2 of 8, Maxey 3 of 9. Oh, Oubre 0 of 4.
Maxey
and
with 3 or 4 turnovers.
3 turnovers, yep. And one more, Joel Embiid a -14, Nick Batum a -19, which I feel that doesn't feel earned. I don't think.
Embiid with 2 point blank missed layups does not look like anything like himself. There's a super chat, Andrew. DJ, what are you slacking about? There's a super chat.
I was going to get to it. I'm queuing it up. I didn't know I was getting producer credit for today. Christ.
Oh, wait. Busy asked a good question. Who won the season, Jeremy or John? Didn't we tie? Wait a minute. What did Jeremy take for the last week? Wow. Didn't I take 4-0?
Andrew.
Yeah. Hey, motherfucker. Yeah, give me my flowers.
Oh, that's not fair. No, but I lost 2 weeks in a row for Jeremy. It's not fair.
That's fine. That's your issue. Yeah, we tied.
with truly terrible picks against my better judgment. I took 2 terrible picks purely on emotion.
What were they?
You felt bad for me.
There were no stakes for me.
What did you
One
pick?
of them was when the Knicks were on their truly their most injured, and I think I took 3-0 because I was feeling happy about. They had come off a win.
Okay,
they were going into a tough week, and I'm like 3-0 because I'm happy. And that was, I think they were 1-2 or 0-3 that week.
All right, so super chat. Jason M.
Yes.
Macri, this is for you, John. Macri, have you ever seen Bill Burr Philly roast? Have you ever seen the Bill Burr
I have
Philly
not.
roast?
Oh,
I like Bill Burr.
GMAC, can we get a YouTube stream of that on here? I don't need to watch a guy a large bear dunking. So, or wow, look at this guy.
So
this isn't enjoyable to watch. This would be enjoyable to do.
Myself, now he's breakdancing. Oh, hey, it's nice.
I mean, he's good.
Ow.
You know,
ow.
Oh, the knees.
Jesus Christ. Look at this guy.
I need that.
J. Cole going up.
No, they botched it.
Here's Josh.
Did they intentionally blow that? Was that a Drummond, Torrey Craig moment?
Oh wow! Look at this.
This is not impressive.
All right, so 8
one
minutes
over.
and 24 seconds is what the Sixers starting lineup played. They're actually
Okay.
at +4 in the game. So that's the Harris, Embiid,
Really?
Lowry, Maxey, Oubre outscored Miami 16-12 in those 8 minutes. Held Miami to a 75 offensive rating. So the problem is you're just not going to be. I don't know how many minutes did Embiid end up playing in that first half because you just can't. You're not going to be able to extend him. He played 17.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I looked at his minute. The ESPN has him at 18. I looked up his minute totals since he's been back from the injury.
Yeah.
He had one game where he played 35 minutes, a little bit more than 35 minutes. So I mean, he may not have a minute limit. I don't know.
It's possible.
But look, at this rate, if you're Philly, what do you do? What are you talking about at halftime? You're talking about how to defend the zone or how to bust the zone?
Yeah, I'd say that's point number one. I mean, other than the obvious ones, which is like stop turning the ball over. I would think the first thing Nurse is doing is diagramming some basic stuff off his zone to try to loosen it up.
Yep. I think that's one. And then you imagine they're going to want to try to figure out Maxey and Embiid, like try to get those two going, playing off each other. Just looking at.
Can I ask? Can I ask a stupid question? How do you get a 2-man game going against the zone?
No, I think that's part of why Miami goes to a zone because you sort of take it off the table.
Benjy is nodding.
Yes, no, that's right. I think that's one of the main reasons they're doing it.
Yeah, but I would say the Heat went to a zone. What was it like early second quarter? I'm trying to remember when we first saw it, but there was plenty of opportunity, I thought, early in the game to sort of build that synergy between your two best players, and it just didn't feel like the Sixers were doing it. Now, I don't know if that is you're worried about Embiid rolling, or there's just going to be you're concerned about him in movement and space, putting the ball on the floor.
I also think Miami was also with Butler on Maxey was switching it to try to take them out of that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And that maybe had them out of rhythm.
Right. And then because you're fine with Bam on Maxey, and then
we'll fight Butler with digs from guys like Martin and Lowry and not Lowry, but yeah. Oh, we got the
I'm excited for this. And then, but the Kelly Oubre 31% from downtown this year, maybe that factors into the comfortability of doing that. I mean,
and no one's scared of Harris shooting either. 35%.
Right. Is anyone scared of Lowry shooting?
Ish.
Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe that's an adjustment. Is that you just have to get as much shooting, and this might not be an Oubre half.
Maybe we need healed.
Right. Yeah.
Barely played.
4 minutes. I want to look up his numbers since he got to Philly, but yeah. All right, what are we doing, Andrew? We watching this? Bad boy here?
No, here we go.
Wow, this is high quality film.
Stop talking to you. Like, fuck it. I'll just cook this side for a while. Do you know what's funny? I'm cooking my brain talking about nothing. I'm just walking around like, I just got a cheeseburger. Oh, fuck all you people. You know what?
Are they booing him or are they?
Yeah.
I can't really tell.
And I hope the fucking Eagles never win the Super Bowl. Go fuck yourselves. Fuck all you motherfuckers. And fuck the Friars. Fuck all of you. Fucking goddamn fucking losers. Boo and Dom Herrera. Suck a dick. All of you. Suck a fucking dick. How's that? No, I'm segueing into my next joke. Lick my fucking red nuts. All of you. You can line up. Harold.
That's awesome.
That's
a fantastic job.
Carmichael fucking jerseys, and one at a time, you can all suck my dick. City of brotherly love, you bunch of fucking cocks. Fucking that ain't gonna work. What do you want me to talk about? Okay, throw out some topics. Let's talk about heart disease, something you're all gonna fucking die of, and I'm gonna laugh at your fucking funeral. It's gonna be great.
Oh my God.
I've never heard this before. This is fantastic.
Your fucking heads are shaved anyways. No one's even gonna notice. You're gonna get fired for coming to work too late because they're not gonna notice that you have fucking bone marrow cancer. The only thing's gonna give it away is me laughing at you in the fucking background. You fucking bunch of losers with your fucking cell phone pictures. Fucking suck a dick. Fucking assholes. 11 more minutes of this. I hope you all get in your Ford Focuses and fucking drive off the side of that faggot ass.
I want context as to like where, like why did he, like he's obviously in Philly. Like what prompted him to do this? Was the show going badly?
It sounded like they booed a previous comic.
Oh wow, the Warriors won.
Oh, okay.
The dynasty
This
lives.
season's not over.
They're actually in the 11-12 game.
Man, I think the Rockets would have fared better last night against the Kings.
Give me 1 second, guys.
Yeah. Man, and Hield's shot well in Philly. Like I'm looking at his numbers right now. He's averaging literally the exact same number of minutes.
Mhm.
He's putting up almost the exact same number of threes. And he's shooting them at the same clip, 38.9%. He was at 38.4% in Indy. So, like, they should be able to use him.
I think so.
I mean, they traded for the guy. I know.
Right. And
Yeah.
are you worried about this Miami team like abusing him on the defensive end to the point where he's not playable? Like, I don't think that would happen. Like, I think you can figure out a way to put him on someone you're not worried about on that side.
Yeah, I guess it begs the question of like, all right, if you trade for a Buddy Hield and you're not going to play him in a game like this, when are you going to play him?
Well, yeah,
You know,
100%.
You know. So look, I feel I don't want to question Nick Nurse because I think his team has just played, as you said, like he shouldn't have needed to go to Buddy Hield. His team just played abhorrently. And this is what we're sitting with. Let me ask you this, DJ.
Yeah.
Has this first half changed your opinion as to who you want to play in the first round?
A little bit.
A little bit. Okay.
A little bit, just because I don't think I mentioned this. I think Embiid, if anything, just looks a little bit more compromised than he did the last time he was on a court. So that alone is going to, and this was always close for me. That alone is going to switch it up in terms of where my head is in terms, regarding the Knicks and who I think they match up better with.
Okay.
I mean, I still think it's you worry about Embiid anyway, but he is the finishing issues he's had here. Defensively, you hit on it right away that he just isn't impacting the game on that end. And there's just the way they're using him. Like they're telling you that they don't trust his knee to provide him for us with like the entire playbook. Like they are very limited in terms of what they're using. Yeah, he's compromised.
Yeah, it's strange though because look, I'll be honest. I think I maybe watched one or parts of one or two of the games since he came back. I think I don't. Let me actually look and see. But he averaged 30.
30 in 30 minutes. He was a point a minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now he hit, I think 40 or 50% from three in those games. So
he did. He had a lot of threes.
So that might be an indication that some of it was, I don't want to say fool's gold, but maybe not totally indicative of his health because that's just not part of his game. That's some shooting luck. And then if he took a lot of threes. He averaged like 5 or 6 a game. If he's taking that many, he's trading that for something. So the stuff he's trading it for is more high efficient looks going towards the rim, which were always a part of his game. Maybe not like what he's getting the majority of his points from, but he would get plenty of rolls to the rim on maxi pocket passes where he would get a finish and he would get 5 or 6 points every game out of that action. That just hasn't been there. And then, so he's supplementing from 3, and how sustainable is that? Like, maybe when I looked at that 30 points in 30 minutes, I was sort of impressed by it, but maybe it's more the fact that it's a lot of maybe some shooting luck involved there, and that he really is compromised and he just happened to make a lot of shots from 3. That is just not going to be a good recipe for him going forward to dominate.
Yeah,
So,
like his 3-point shooting. I feel like anytime he's ever taken a 3 in his career, the defense feels like it won one, like it got away with one. And like I get he's hitting 50%, so that maybe that changes the calculation. But yeah, I'm trying to.
And he only took one in that game, in that first half. Just that.
Yeah.
Per note.
Let me see if I could do some quick math here. So he made 8, 13. Yeah, I mean, 50. You said it. 48% from 3, 49.5% from the field. So he's making less than half his 2s since he's back.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. But it's more of how he looks. It just doesn't look like he's, and he said it before the game. He said he's 75, 80%. And this is the guy who every playoff series seems like he is maybe not quite at this percentage, but he's always got something going on. And just, I imagine for a guy is he 30 or pushing 30? Like it has to be like incredibly frustrating to seemingly go into every playoffs and have some ailment that is compromising it.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Lowry on Butler. Ooh, okay. So it was before the foul, before the shot attempt. That reminds me.
Is Miami in the zone? Is Miami in the zone when the Sixers come down the floor?
No.
I agree.
I don't think they're going to knob right off the bat. So here's the play where there's a foul and then is the guy up in the upward motion. I was thinking about this today because the Brunson 3 in game 5 just happened to show up on my timeline where Hartenstein was fouled and they reviewed it. And I was thinking in that moment where the Knicks, I think we were down 5 at the time or 6. It was probably the most anxiety-ridden 2 minutes while they were reviewing that play than at any point in the season last year, was when they were reviewing it, because it felt like if that play was going to be overturned, that the Knicks were going to be short in that game.
Which game was this again? Remind me.
Game 5, where
Game 5.
Brunson hits that corner 3, Hartenstein's fouled, and they call the N1, but then they review it, that he challenged it, and it was just so close in terms of like when Brunson was going up and where the foul was. Oh, was that game 2? JMAC is saying was it game 2?
Oh, you might be right. Yep.
But yeah, a lot of anxiety in that moment. But if it was game 2, I apologize.
Lots of anxiety in the playoffs last year, generally.
Yes, which is why it's enjoyable.
Not in the Cleveland series.
Game 1 was very extraordinarily anxious, I thought.
Yeah, when they made that comeback and then Hart hit the 3. Game 4, a little bit.
2 good looks.
When
fair.
Garland went on that run, I don't know. I felt like the Knicks were going to win that game, but it just there was a little bit of anxiety in game 4, I guess, but not much.
Andrew, that's correct. I do feel anxiety up 35.
Yeah. That's why he relates to our head coach so much.
Relates?
Yes.
Don't shake your head at me, Macri.
I'm not. I'm just looking. Oh, man.
Troel coming down shooting threes. What in the God in heaven are we doing?
Thank you, JJ. I appreciate that confirmation.
Telling you,
Don't need to throw the ball out of bounds.
our lead broadcast has. It's. I mean, I Van Gundy and Jackson, like, classic. Love those guys.
I don't think anyone's. I've never enjoyed anyone as much as Van Gundy in the number 2 seat.
Yep.
Although Stan's good. I like Stan a lot.
Stan's fine. He's not. As
He's
good
better
as,
than fine. Come on.
Not as good as his broski.
No, he's not as good as his brother. He wasn't as good as Coach's brother, and he's not as good at that either.
Ooh, that's interesting. He made a finals.
He did.
And I would say pretty. I don't. He was a pretty innovative. That was an innovative offense he ran with Dwight Howard and the Magic. I think he was a very good coach.
With what's his face at the 4, the Rashard Lewis.
Yeah. Wow, that's a big shot.
Yes.
Every 3 in this game feels like a 3 did in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think of Brunson on Hero if this is the starting 5?
I think I'd prefer Martin.
Martin.
I don't know if I want Brunson all those ball screens. Oh gosh.
He was trying to draw the foul. Oh, it's hilarious. It's just not basketball.
My first instinct was to also say Martin, but I
look, they had him on Jovic last time they played.
Yeah.
And
the other option.
Jovic did some damage. I just Martin, I think you get really hurt on the boards. That's my word. He crashes so hard from the wing in the corner, and like asking Brunson to have to box him out every time. I wouldn't go there. I would probably still go Jovic. But sometimes I wonder if we overthink it with him sometimes. Like Hero is not like.
Are you
like if there's a guy that'll like, I don't know. I'm not that scared of Hero, I guess. So but it's a lot of screen navigation for him that you don't necessarily want him to deal with.
I was about to say, isn't it
downside.
just the energy expenditure?
Yeah.
I mean, I know the guy is like not real,
No, you're right. I think that's the point.
So it's one of the few times he's gotten the ball in a face-up and gotten into the paint.
How long till Miami just goes back to the zone? Because they gotten beat off the dribble to the rim twice now.
Yeah, the Oubre finish in that one. Lowry just pushing Jovic out of the way. Well done. All right, so Embiid handling a little more, and I get the empty side stuff. Yep.
There it is. I would go
That's
right back to the
That's a good sign
zone.
for Philly.
Yep.
I would go right back to the zone if I'm Miami.
No, I would too. Why would you wait?
Finding a little traction now.
Yep.
You don't want him to get rolling.
Look how deep Embiid is. It's 3 seconds, 5 seconds, 6 seconds. He just never left the paint.
That's a big 3.
Yep.
I think Jimmy took
That's a big 3.
What's he like 1 for 5? I think he's taken like 5 already.
It feels like he's taking a lot.
Here we go. Embiid initiating with that empty side. Martin's peeling over early.
Yes, he is. Nice. That wasn't early. I don't think he needed that at that point.
No. Get Bam. Yep. Find him. Oh, that's a good matchup too.
Oh, thank you for
Come on, man. That is such crap.
Contorting his body in every which way. Garbage.
That was garbage. Yep.
Good move.
Mm.
Yep. They're getting beat off the dribble all of a sudden.
In general, I feel like they have done at least a good job of keeping the Sixers off the line. I'll look that up right now. Yeah, these will be the 10th and 11th free throws for the Sixers, which I feel like for them is not a high number.
Yeah.
And obviously 7 of those are Embiid. But and a few of those were early, it felt like.
Man, Embiid is 3 for 11.
He doesn't look like a man who's feeling 100%.
No.
I mean, this is what I mean. Whatever he's got on his left knee, it's significant.
He makes it very clear. He's not a guy that like hides his injuries. He's not exactly like Jalen Brunson in that sense.
No.
Yeah.
You got to make one of these, Tyler. He just hasn't made them. I mean, he's gotten these pull-up threes over and over again
every
against
time,
drop, and he just can't make any. No, don't ask for a foul. This is crap. Play basketball. Somebody play basketball. That's a foul. He went to the basket.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
You know how hard
Are they doing that he didn't get called for foul? Come on.
Do you know how hard it is to help Joel Embiid up?
Especially when he's on one leg.
Like they had 2 NBA men there, and it was a struggle.
That could that have been a goaltend? I know it was like the ball never got up very high. I don't know. I thought that was in.
It was close.
Close one. Okay. Well, we're getting closer to round 2, folks.
Hi guys.
Oh, hey, Andrew.
Hey.
Andrew.
So quick reset. 59. Heat lead 59-48 over the 76ers with 6:57 left. Just want to rapid fire some super chats at you because 3 came in. This is nothing at you, DJ. I just want to get these out of the way if it's okay.
Thank you.
So first of all,
still DJ's fault.
From Greg B. Well, this is making me more confident and more anxious at the same time. How bad are these Philly entry passes into the zone? Miami is okay with scrappy games.
The entry passes have been, when they've attempted them, they've been terrible. And yeah, just I co-sign as Benjy does that entire super chat. They are scrappy, and this is how they play.
Are you perplexed by the
Benji's
question,
enthralled
Benjy,
by
what's on your
the wheel of
screen right
death
now?
over here.
Okay.
I was just gonna say from a non X's and O's perspective, I have to think that if there is any team that at this point is mentally prepared for what Miami does to junk everything up, it has to be the Knicks, right? If there's one team out there.
They know the drill. They know the drill.
they know the assignment.
They know the assignment.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, you don't think they're relishing the opportunity to get back at, they beat them
last year.
Yeah. Our buddy S. Sparahini nailed it, Benjy.
I mean, he's basically KFS's S. Sparahini.
He's our Canadian representative at the moment.
He's our Canadian correspondent.
Exactly.
From
From Fountain of Hoop, the Heat have sold their souls for this. When you say this, do you mean this entire run, or did they sell their soul? Pat Riley doesn't have a soul.
They haven't had souls for decades
since that trade
since 1990.
Got it
since 1995.
Yeah.
There's not one Miami Heat player going to heaven.
Amen.
No, look. As the resident Miami, not apologist, but the guy who always is paying respect to what they do, like I do think at the end of the day, you have to admire a franchise where like the pieces change, coach could change, like everything, star could change, and they do have a way to go about their business that is, you know what you're gonna get, pretty much all the time. You know what you're going to get.
From Sam Garcia. Tobias Harris, second best player in a series, is what Charles. That's what he's referencing. What Charles Barkley.
Oh,
said.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. or yesterday, apparently, that the reason the Sixers would beat the Knicks is because after Brunson, they have the second, third, and fourth best player in a series. And then mentioned Tobias Harris, who every Philly fan would not have in a top 10 of their own best players.
We just need Kendrick. We just gotta listen to Kendrick Perkins, and then we'll really understand basketball.
Exactly. He watches the games, Ben.
I just need him to lay his wisdom upon us, because the fact that he thinks the Knicks are good, honestly, just makes it all make sense to me. Like when he says it, I feel it's the truth.
2 missed free throws from Caleb Martin. Robert Cross. Does anyone want to go to Miami for my birthday for Game 3? We can bring brass knuckles and celebrate.
They don't fight.
Sorry, Robert, I can't answer that.
Philly?
I'm stuck behind
He
the
said
Bam out of bio
in
screen.
Miami for his birthday. He'll bring brass knuckles. Yes, we'll see you there, Robert. All right, back to your watch.
And all of a sudden, we get an 8-point game.
I can't answer Robert Cross. I'm stuck behind an illegal Bam out of bio screen. That's his favorite response to me. That's why I said it. That's a good pass there, Caleb. And he's absolutely
great outlet.
right. So Jovic made a huge mistake there, and that's what he's got to go corner drift. And Martin pointed after the pass. He's chilled on the wing and gave Martin no outlet on the drive.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Campaign not getting any time.
I mean, would you give Campaign time?
He did some damage against the Knicks in that random game.
He did. So that was, to recap quickly, 2 missed free throws in a row by Caleb Martin. Oh, it's this guy again. Followed by a Batum 3. Followed by a Martin, the turnover you were just referencing. Followed by now, was that actually called a goaltend?
It was.
It was called a goaltend. So that's you want to call it a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a 7-point swing in a span of. It did not take long. About 40 seconds.
Yep, we have not seen Miami go back to their zone defense, which
it's coming.
It's coming. He just listen. He's Spoelstra. He knows, when to go to it, when not to go to it, and all that. But it just feels like it's right there, and they just had no answer in the first half. And I would want to see if they've developed one.
Yeah, I do think one of the reasons he went to it was when Bam got in foul trouble, and he felt like he didn't have the personnel to go man. You have Bam out there. It's almost like you feel like it's almost a waste to not have him playing man. He's so good as a switcher or a dropper either way. But he will go back to it at some point, and he may stay in it for the rest of the game once he does. It's also with zone, it's always like more isn't always more, right? Because at some point
they're going to figure out
they solve it, right? So you bring it in as a surprise at some point, and it takes a few possessions to adjust, and then so it's. I think that's also part of it. You don't want to overdo it. Look at this guy.
He's having fun.
Is that Zach Lowe in 40 years?
Oh my God.
He does look like Zach Lowe.
I just also want to point out it's shameful that this entire crowd, after booing their team and being generally miserable, cheered about a free chicken sandwich. Like, I find that to be disgraceful.
And listen, maybe it turned things around. They immediately got the 3, then the leak out finish. Maybe we'll have to go back to that the chicken sandwich sequence as the biggest turning point.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Free water at MSG.
Right.
They charge you
$12
$6.50
water.
for top water.
Is it $6.50? All right.
No, I don't know.
I overshot it.
No, you might not have.
It's a great call, Mike. That is a great call.
Powerful events.
There's a super chat from Robert W. Cross. This is for Cerebral Big Thread Benjamin Jr., a.k.a. Tibbs Jr., a.k.a. or Alec Burke's biggest fan. Thank you for that chuckle.
You're welcome, Robert. King of the North. Queen of the Andals. How many names do I have, Robert? Mother of Dragons. Anyway. Bam Adebayo playing point guard now for some strange reason.
All right, he's got that's 8 seconds.
What is this?
Ow!
It
That
was
was 8
close.
seconds.
It's crazy. This game is bonkers. Look at this. Philadelphia had a little zone action. Another pull-up three for Tyler Hero. He is like 0 for 9 on them. Yep.
That's what
big.
he needs to do.
He's not missing that one. Oh. Did Bam just try to hurt Embiid? Embiid thinks that Bam just tried to hurt him.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. He got his leg caught up and he was really mad. I hope they show that again. Yeah, he's still mad. Sixers in his zone. Joel's just kind of chilling. Dog, he is stinking up the joint.
Oh my gosh. You were not
I
wrong.
would be, if I was a Heat fan, I'd be beside myself right now.
Buddy! So again, from a Knicks perspective, if Jalen Brunson's getting the shots that Tyler Hero's getting right now,
Yeah.
he's going to make a lot of them. Because
Yeah.
Embiid is in this lazy-ass drop. You can't play a lazy-ass drop against
Big
Jalen
shot.
Brunson.
Tyler Hero's 1 for 8 from downtown.
And his only make was a catch and shoot. He has not made one of these pull-ups. I think he's taken like 6 or 7 of them. That's
Great
a good
pass.
pass, Tyrese.
Good pass.
Go zone, Miami. Just go zone. What are you doing?
Yep.
I mean, look at Joel. He doesn't want to move. Big rebound. I mean, are you watching Joel
That's a
Embiid
good
right
one.
now?
Yeah.
Are you watching Joel Embiid on defense, guys?
It's not happening for him.
I'm watching him on the defensive end of the floor.
He didn't.
watching him
He didn't break out of a
play
walk.
defense.
I don't think he can move right now, and it's almost. I feel like we should give him a little bit of credit for just being available.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because he
No,
clearly is really in a bad,
Oh, but
bad
to
way.
no
Oh, I almost
dipper.
said that. I love the no dip.
To be clear, the commentary is on the reality of what we were seeing, not his
Yeah,
effort
yeah.
or anything like that.
Yeah.
Get out of here with the leg spread nonsense.
Yeah, I put it up.
Such nonsense from Jimmy. No, don't argue,
Silly
Jimmy.
foul.
Don't argue. That was garbage.
It was absolute garbage.
So Butler, I think this is updated. 4 for 14 from the field.
Sounds
By
right.
the way, wasn't good this year.
No, he was not.
Well,
Hold on.
he didn't end the year well. I think he was better in the beginning part, maybe.
Even when his stats don't jump off the page, his impact metrics in past years have always jumped off the page. And I don't think that's the case this year. Maybe I'm mistaken, but I don't think that's the case this year. He just
They were
hasn't-
good for a while.
Yeah.
It didn't end well.
Well, I know he went. I know he had some personal stuff going on. I know he missed some games, and I don't know. What? How did that go in? He lost it and then tipped it with his left hand. That was crazy.
You know what? But it's another paint touch. They're just
Ooh. Wow, no call. Yeah.
oof.
Is Maxey hurt?
I hope not.
Move it, Jimmy.
Here he comes.
Oh, there he is.
Why did you do that? Get at
They're-
He's
they're
not
not
even
giving him one.
trying to score.
Man, this freaking Heat offense is not good. I mean, look, we should note not having Rozier is significant.
Mhm.
Because lest anyone forget what Rozier did to the Knicks the last time they played. From Robert Cross, it's your boy John. I didn't catch if you have a preference between playing either of these loser teams or cities. if I had to pick one, I'd pick Miami. With
Sorry.
yeah, well, because I don't know that I trust Embiid's going to continue to look like this. But then again, I don't know. It's an impossible such an unknown. Big offensive rebound there from high.
That's definitely
offensive
foul. Your bitch.
So Philadelphia is 9 of 19 from the field in this quarter, 3 of 7 from 3. They have a rhythm. They've figured out a way to generate some advantages. And I feel like Maxi's speed and his downhill threats, like he sort of changed it a little bit. And they have shooters on the floor now.
And Miami is in the zone, fellas.
There it is. Yep.
When Bam goes out. And what do you know?
Hey, Jessica. Jessica just said, just got home. What did I miss? A lot of awful basketball.
Honestly, that wasn't a charge. That was also bullcrap. That's a good job by Maxi. The paint touch. Yeah, you need the paint touch.
Yep.
He forced it.
Whoa. We're getting a tick. Second delay? Oh, you can't have those, man.
Not in a game like this, can't.
Jeez, no, every point is so important.
Jimmy finds a way to the line, even when he's not getting calls.
Funny, I agree.
Yeah,
this is going to be a spicy fourth quarter.
Yep, I was just going to say that.
Jessica asked who's been worse. I mean,
why is that?
I guess relatively Philly, right?
On balance, Philly, but they've really flipped the switch here in the third.
Yeah, they've battled. They've battled back.
Yep.
Wow, Batum.
Ooh, he's all over him.
Yeah. It's a great pass and finish.
Really nice finish.
Hey, Smith Highwood. Whoa.
Is there a better I mean, how many passers are better in that spot than Butler, where he's like baseline drive under the basket, finding a cutter?
Incredible at it.
Oh, he has been so big for them.
Well, the threes are bound to start falling for them.
Wow.
Oh, my God. Another two. They've had, it feels like 10 of those.
Yeah. Hawkes especially. I mean, that was a great drive. Just got right to the rim.
Batum has been so good for them, man. What a great fit.
Busy. I remember how good Portland Batum was. You know how I remember? Because Charlotte decided to pay him $126 million over 5 seasons.
Whoops. But it's a great example of a guy like he is truly a glue guy. And so when you're surrounded by talent, you look great. And when you're not, you look terrible. Yep. He's worth the money when you're playing with guys like this. And in Portland, he had great teams.
Yep.
Yeah. He was like the number 4 or 5 guy.
That starting lineup was so good with Dame, Wes Matthews. Wow, tough shot. With Dame, Wes Matthews, Batum, Aldridge, and then insert a center depending on the year.
And I mean, Embiid is a non-entity out there.
He really, that's usually a Euro finish. Around Love, he just lost the ball.
Oh boy, did you see that, dude? Embiid,
that's big. Embiid, what? I didn't see it.
Yeah. I mean, he says he expected a switch, but it was one little jab by Love, and Embiid almost fell down. That's why he was so open. Now he's spacing out. But by the way, Buddy Hield playing more this quarter was like a very predictable adjustment to me.
Yes.
There's Campaign. Campaign, one of the strangest jump shots in league history.
It's a fun shot to just mess around with. Like, just try shooting like Campaign for fun.
He shoots sideways.
Right. Yeah, it's just complete bonkers.
Of course.
Another big one.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I'm going to take a quick It's a quick bathroom break. One of you guys can reset. But Miami, I know Philly made the charge without Embiid. Miami staved it off, I thought. I thought they did a good job staving off like it being a real disaster time.
Yeah, and as John hits the bathroom here, we have Miami 74, Philadelphia 69 as we end the third, and we head to what just should be an absolute war of a fourth quarter. Joel Embiid, as we've touched on, just does not look like himself overall on the offensive end or the defensive end. He's got on the night 12 points, 3 of 12 from the field. Luckily for him, he has gotten the line 7 times, made 6 of them. And then Jimmy Butler, his guy he's going up against to try to win this star battle, 4 for 16 on the night and not getting any calls. He is in the third quarter. It seems like the referees just completely swallowed their whistle on every Butler drive and foul draw attempt. So we're going to see here who can pull this out. Benjy, 5-point edge for Miami. Where's your head at as we head to the fourth quarter? Who's pulling this one out? Give me a little prediction.
Oh man, I'll take Miami. Because I think the things that Philly is relying on right now, which was, Batum just had a magical quarter.
Mm-hmm.
If Embiid's not able to do more than what he's done, I don't know if they're going to generate enough. Miami's going to muck it up. They're going to stay in that zone now. They're going to try to take away Maxi's penetration. I'm gonna say Miami, but not confidently.
I think I agree with you. And just to put a spotlight on that, Batum 3 of 4 from 3 in that quarter. So between Batum, Hield, and Maxey, they combined to go 8 for 12 in that quarter. So that was and Embiid only made 1 shot. So they are really relying on their ancillary pieces, and they were able to get some dribble penetration, get the Heat in rotation, generate some open looks for Batum and Hield. That's how they had a better quarter. But I think I agree with you in terms of like, how do you sustain that for the next 12 minutes? The Heat are going to go to the zone, as you mentioned. It's going to be just a knockout drag out. Now, can the Heat manufacture enough points on their end?
Yeah.
Who's really got it going for them? They're making shots to sort of maintain this advantage, but I don't think there is one player on Miami right now that I'm like that they're a problem right now in offense. I mean, Hero can't make a shot. Bio is sort of quiet, and Butler we've talked about really struggling.
They have 2 players who have taken more than 8 shots. Hero and Butler. Those 2 players are 8 of 33 from the field. That is a sub 25% hit rate.
Wow.
Miami has been one of the third worst crunch time offense in the league this year. They're one of the worst crunch time teams in the league this year. I think they're bottom 7 or bottom 8 in that metric. And yet, I don't know. This is probably the PTSD, but I still think Miami is going to find a way to close this out.
Inbound the ball. Ooh. That was interesting.
Mm-hmm. Now, were you referring to what Nurse was saying there?
Yeah, that was very explicit.
Embiid playing both ends.
Yeah.
Got to guard someone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that was...
Nick Nurse doesn't give 2 craps. I do.
No,
I respect that about him. Tyler Hero, man, should he even be in this game? Like, what is
4 for 18 now for Tyler Hero?
It's been just an
That's unreal.
Rap fest.
That's
unreal.
And
he's had bad playoff performances in the past.
Yeah.
Swing. There you go.
That's it.
Yep.
Big shot.
Huge. Tie
Moving
game,
the
man.
ball much better. Man. Fascinating. It could be either one, guys. We still don't know who it's going to be. Oh, wow. We don't know who it's going to be. We have no idea.
No idea. So, you know what? I feel no anxiety, no stress. This is great. I love this.
Yeah, I feel. I don't know how I feel. I'm like,
It's very odd. It's a very odd situation.
It is.
Honestly,
It's very
weird
odd
place to be. But you'll have almost 3 full days to digest who we're playing and get in the mindset.
Get locked in.
This is pretty wild that we're here.
Yeah, it is.
The 2 seed. Jesus.
The 2 seed. Yeah.
That's good defense by Highsmith Haywood. And once again, they cannot do anything with it. What are they doing? This has been the worst fast break offense I've ever seen. Move it!
He's just that's right. You got to keep it moving, right? Man.
Oh, good Lord, is he bad.
Now he throws a grenade to Love.
And look at DeLon Wright making plays. They find these dudes, man. Are you kidding?
Do I give him
this
like
him keep shooting
out of the game?
He won't stop shooting, right? You have to just take him out. Oh, that was Jesus. Oh, he needed that point blank.
You have a 5-on-4.
Swing it. Oh my God.
Oh,
finally.
Futility.
What am I watching?
That was a bailout because he was in no position to do anything. So it was
I agree. Yeah, he had no angle.
big play by Love. Love's made a lot of big plays in this game. I feel like every Miami Heat player other than Tyler Hero has made a lot of big plays. Mm-hmm. Even Butler. I know Butler hasn't shot well, but yeah. We have a super chat from Al Boogie NYC. I know there's a lot of Knicks podcasts and YouTube channels out there, but honestly, KFS is literally the greatest. You guys have a dope roster. I appreciate your work, fellas. Hashtag thank you and hashtag Knicks all day. Well, that's so extraordinarily cool. Kind. And I don't really know what to say to that other than on behalf of everybody here. Seriously, thank you for the kind words, and also just thank you for listening and watching and being here with us.
Yeah, just
all right, 2 big free throws.
I've said this before, just to be the roster point. I mean, the talent on this on KFS is really extraordinary, and it's awesome to be part of it.
What?
Look at Oubre.
Look at Tyler Hero. It looks like Tyler Hero's never dribbled before.
When you started talking about the talent on the roster, I knew you weren't talking about either of these teams that we're watching. Not tonight.
Not tonight.
What is going on?
It's a foul.
It's a foul, but still, it's like
he's so unsteady. I'm surprised he's still out there. I guess he's got to give him a couple more minutes, but I can't imagine he closes this game. What is this shot?
What a! I mean, it's clock running. Clock.
Much
but still, defense. To not get a better shot.
Maxi in the paint again.
Good defense.
Recovered. Yep.
Bam.
I can't believe Philly could take the lead right here. I mean, they've hit a ton.
Oh, good pass, Joel. Yeah. You get him in that nail spot. You get him in that nail spot, right? And they switched it, so they felt like they had to help. And that's Embiid. That's what he could do to you. Oh my God! Why would you bail him out, man? That's terrible, Oubre. He hasn't made a shot in like 3 quarters. See, Hero's way peeled over there. It's easy read.
Hold on here. 4 for 19. That's like
it's John Starks territory. Yeah. Game 7.
2 for 18.
2 for 18. Yeah.
But yes, it has felt like that game.
Well, if in the sense that he'll keep shooting, until you take him out. Yeah, Julius versus Atlanta. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a smart sub. He was too hot. Gotta cool off for a minute. I was talking about Oubre, not Embiid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Then, yeah, like emotionally.
Yeah.
No, someone just asked in the chat if there's consensus about who we want the Knicks to play. I don't think there is consensus, honestly.
Honestly, no.
I keep vacillating, to be honest.
I think it's Miami, but I don't feel that strongly. Like I think they're both.
Oh, look at that shot!
They both have their own challenges. No, that's the wrong call. I thought that was off read. No, maybe not. Knicks had enough. It was off read, 100%. I saw it live. Terrible call. What a performance.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
How many threes do you have in the second half? 5?
Is it 5?
I'll tell you in a second.
A strong move.
Five for 7, second half for Batum from 3.
Back in the zone.
I mean, you got to pay attention to him.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
There it is.
Beautiful.
They haven't figured it out, but they're.
No, they did, because they got more shooting on the floor too.
Yeah.
Like they needed Buddy out there. You're getting some paint touches now.
In a way, you get and Reed along the baseline is just he's moving better than Embiid. You get the lob threat in the backside. Yeah.
Yeah, Embiid was kind of clogging things up against his own.
Mm-hmm.
That's not good defense. Tobias Harris. Who is that? Tobias Harris? Yeah.
Yeah. Kick out corner.
Dangerous times for. Oh.
Yeah, it is dangerous times, right?
For Miami here.
4-point game, but
where do they find offense, Miami? It's the old story. It's like Hero stinks and Butler's not looking spry. Where do you generate offense? That's why I don't know if they can take Hero out. It's like they almost have to. Oh, there's Jimmy. That is how you generate offense if you're Miami. That's
classic Miami play.
What else has he had?
Is classic Miami play.
It is.
Oh, he's in pain again.
He knew the camera was right on him. Steady shot right on Jimmy. All right, let me grab the knee.
You said it, not me.
All right, now you're starting to see Philly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Off left. Ooh, snuck it in.
There you go.
Wow. Picked a good time, though.
And I think Spo's just like, I'm going to need him to make shots to win this game. I don't have any other source of offense. So, like, he's getting good looks. He hasn't made any, but, oh, man, he's really struggling. Wow. He has 5 steals. Is that right?
Yeah.
Hi, guys.
How can we help you, Andrew?
Doing a quick reset. Now I'm back. 86-85, 6 left.
You're underwater there, buddy.
How about now?
There you go.
Quick reset. 86-85, the Sixers lead with 6:06 left in the first quarter. Riveting mid-off we have going on right now between these two potential 7 seeds. Some super chats just to read real quick just to get them out the way so you guys can enjoy crunch time. Also, shout out to the 55 people watching along with us on playback. We genuinely appreciate it. We have people watching on YouTube as well as on Twitter, and I'm going to read some of the super chats that were sent in on YouTube from Greg B. So, stay home on three-point shooters and make Embiid put the ball on the floor if you're Miami's defense. He can't move on either side.
His movement really hasn't been good at all. On the defensive end, it has not been better in this half, but Benjy and I both noted Nick Nurse on camera publicly stating that Embiid needs to do a better job on the defensive end. But yeah, you just I feel like the Sixers have developed an offensive rhythm based on their guards, Maxey specifically, getting downhill and then just being a little crisper with their passing to the second side, and the Batum and the Hield factor. You have a spread floor. There's just more rhythm on that side. I felt like the Heat should have gone to their zone earlier, even with Adebayo in the game. And now I know the Sixers scored on one of those zone possessions just a few possessions ago, but I still feel like the lack of zone allowed Philly to get into an offensive rhythm. And I kind of would view that as a little bit of a unforced error by Spoelstra, because I don't know if the Sixers would have developed that sort of offensive chemistry if they just spammed zone defense for an entire half. I don't know. It's an unknown, but I feel like he could have gone to it a little bit sooner in the second half. But Benjy makes a good point about if you throw so many zone possessions at an offense, they're going to eventually, these are NBA players, are going to figure out a way to generate high quality looks. But I don't know. I think that's the conventional theory. I'm just a little skeptical that the Sixers would have been flowing this well offensively if they just were in zone most of the second half.
Man.
Yeah. Well said.
I don't know, guys.
Two more.
I don't know.
One from Robert Cross. Seeing Embiid's health, you want Philly. No way he's going to do well in a 7-game series against iHeart and Mitch.
Well,
I don't know if either of these teams can be healthy through first round series.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be something if all the talk about the Knicks injuries and it turns out that another team playing the Knicks isn't healthy enough to beat the Knicks in a 7-game series?
It's crazy. It's like the Knicks got their injuries out of the way and they got guys coming back healthy. And I will say the way Embiid's playing defense, Hartenstein would take a lot of advantage off of that. Maybe even more than Adebayo is, to be completely honest, in terms of like how well he's playing in the short roll. And then
whoa, not that time.
That is a heat of heat checks.
That was a heat check.
Mama.
Yeah.
Oh, Jaquez.
Yep, he's got this one.
Tyler
Dude.
Hero.
You're wide, stinking open. That's a dunk.
Careful. Oh,
Adebayo.
Bam. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Bam, a Bam special.
Oh, look at that guy.
That was a Bam special holdback.
Last one from Sam Garcia. If Batum is going to beat us, so be it. Oh, well, Heat are finding that out tonight. Enjoy the final 6 minutes, fellas.
Oh, that was a big shot. That was a big shot. Again, they were pulled over on Embiid at the high post, and he found the quick pass. It was a really nice play.
Mm-hmm.
So they're guarding Jaquez with Embiid right now. And he tried to go right at it. Jeez, where's Jimmy Butler? Like, what?
There's one. It's amazing. He has 16 points in a game.
But Spo is smart. Like, it seems crazy to have him out there, but they have no other offense. Like, he was gonna have to make a couple to win the game. I mean, this guy, Tobias Harris.
They really do hate him, don't they?
But,
they despise him.
Philly fans are horrible. It's a 3-point game with 4:30, and you're booing a guy. It's craziness. Oy. This is a crazy game, guys. This is a crazy game.
Oh, what a play by Batum.
Wow.
Do you guys know who missed the box out?
Who? Hero?
Yep. What's he looking at?
Oh,
What's he looking at there, Tyler? What are you looking at, Tyler?
Yeah, so who does he guard on the Knicks series? You hide him on Hart, and that's going to be how you would take advantage of that matchup.
You either guard him with Hart, or it's either Hart or DiVincenzo, and you're screening with his man over and over and over and over again if they're in a man.
Am I underwater?
What's up, Andrew?
Hey,
am I underwater?
You're good.
No, you're good.
From Jason M. can get used to watching future opposing playing games. Future opponents in playing games.
Because we'll be
we
we
have
have
to being a 1 or a 2 seed.
Yeah.
And getting to a watch along just to see who's playing us.
Hey man, it's a new standard.
I can get used to this.
Hell yeah.
Next year 1 seed.
Hell yeah. There you go. Hopefully not Philly, Miami awaiting us. It's like Atlanta, Chicago. And then last but not least, Christopher, well, maybe another super chat will come in. Christopher Webb, not Christopher Webber, although this looks like it could be Christopher Webber's baby picture because I recognize it from the Fab 5 documentary. Batum has 6 threes in this game. Quentin Grimes, 9 in 6 games. Crying emojis.
Quentin Grimes stray?
Yeah, a very
unfortunate.
Very direct Quentin Grimes stray. I don't know if that's what he was last year in the playoffs or was that what he was in Detroit. I know he was awful in Detroit, whether Busy likes numbers or not, but he was an uncalled for Quentin Grimes stray while we're watching the Sixers against the Miami Heat.
Well, I have been thinking about him a little bit just because of a potential Maxey matchup and how good he is guarding smaller guards, but man, he was so good last year. I know we're not doing the career retrospective on Quentin Grimes right now, but he was it's amazing where his career has kind of gone to.
God damn, I had the same thought today.
Did you really?
We'll see.
Yeah. Look at you guys.
I had the same thought watching the January game. I was like, man, he's good at that.
Yes.
He closed that game, remember?
He had a great game. He shot the ball great in the second half, too.
They didn't bring Julius back in, and he just stayed on, and they ran away with the lead in the fourth quarter.
No, I'm very high on Quentin. I think Quentin Grimes is going to have a very good career. And it is what it is, but wasn't going to be here, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, my. Oh, my. Where's Bill Burr?
2, ready.
Where's Bill Burr?
Alrighty.
You know, the thing about Hero that's interesting is like for years we had RJ and they had Hero, and you'd always hear about like the Heat potentially using Hero as a piece in an outgoing trade, and like, oh, they said they didn't want to, but like that was always the speculation. And then it's the same thing with RJ, and the Knicks made their move with RJ, obviously quickly as well, and the Heat didn't. Now maybe they could have for Rozier, but clearly they felt, I don't know, better about Hero.
They tried very hard for Dame. Just
but I'm saying for like I'm assuming they, or actually, you know what? Maybe Charlotte didn't want to Rozier. Who the hell knows? I don't know, but it's just interesting to me.
Portland, I don't know if they did. I don't think they did. They already had Anthony Simons. Like, what are you doing with Tyler Hero and Anthony Simons?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well that's
Jimmy is not moving. Where are they getting offense?
Oh, man. Got it. Oh, no. Well, they brought Lowry back?
Pull back. All right.
Dude, they brought Larry back with 4 minutes left? I never thought he'd be back in this game.
It felt like
they took out Hield, and they took out Harris, which is, I understand.
Yeah.
I'm interesting. Interesting. That's all. Just interesting. Look at that bottom graphic. Winner plays to New York in first round. How nice is that? All right.
I wouldn't double here.
Post. I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
But because Larry's out there, I don't know about that sub. That's an interesting one to me. He's an old guy. You're putting him back after a long rest.
Bailout.
Can I say Hawkins needs some wiggle on these straight line drives? It's basically just a lead shoulder into your chest.
Yeah, and he's a big guy, so he can sort of get to his spots in that, but there's not a lot of side to side agility there.
No.
It's like,
yeah, look, it's the only guy that can create a shot. So, like, in fairness to him, he can create a shot. He can. He's good at that. But like, he hasn't made any tonight. But Spo was just on the money with keeping him out there.
Well, in the fourth quarter, I feel like he's been like, I don't know what his efficiency is, but he's been better. Like it hasn't been an absolute train wreck.
No, the fourth quarter's been
Oh
Failed
no!
You just
Wow.
can't do it, man.
Spo wanted to kill Jaquez. Can they show Spo's reaction to that again? Oh, I wish they'd show that again. That was an amazing reaction by Spo.
Yeah.
Thanks, Andrew. Hero 9 points in the fourth, 3-7 shooting.
Yeah, that's it's okay, but it's what they need.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy doesn't have much in the tank. No one else on the team can create a shot. Rozier, right? I think Rozier's probably in this game right now if he's available.
Yep.
Oh,
100%.
without question.
I'm saying 4 Hero. But yeah.
Oh, that's an interesting one. Yeah, probably.
No Martin. Hasn't had a good game. Wow. Dude, this is what you get for having a rookie out there.
Yeah, he's 30, but he's still a rookie. Oh, big.
Wow. Jaquez with a terrible foul and a terrible turnover, and they're losing. They should have Martin in for Jaquez right now, like
Yep,
yesterday.
I agree with you.
Look at this. Here he comes, boys.
He needed 25 shots, but he was going to get a rhythm eventually.
Listen.
But he's had those shots against Drop all night.
Yes.
He heard the Starks comp. That's good.
Yeah.
That's a huge shot. 1 point game. This turned out into a good game somehow.
You knew it was going to be close.
Oh, stop reaching on him,
And
guys.
one.
They lost their discipline all of a sudden. Wow.
Who fouled him?
I don't even know. There's a
I think
few
it was
bodies around
Highsmith.
him.
I think that was Highsmith on the reach. Yep.
Yeah.
I think Lowry got the hand on that ball.
Yeah, that's classic Lowry too. He's basically
Yep.
he's hanging out in the dunker spot on offense.
Yep.
And he's able to tip a ball out.
He's not doing anything else.
They're going back to hero pick and roll, if I had to guess. Yep. Joel's got to have to come
Joel's
out
up
a little
He's
bit.
up a little more. Yep.
Oh, good move there. Haywood
Ooh.
Highsmith. I learned that dude has
Obi play.
guts.
Yeah, he does have
When he
guts.
took that 3 against the Knicks, when the Knicks were making their run, and he drained it. He's not scared at all. He's still in their zone.
No baseline movement. It's
Maxi's been very passive.
Mm.
Oh, it's a huge rebound, Bam.
Big rebound.
Wow, 96 all. Who are we playing, guys?
I'm like enthralled.
This is crazy. What?
Good thing.
I'm sure Bam's scream was totally legal. I'm sure he was standing perfectly still. When's the last
All right,
time
next foul.
Jimmy Butler took a shot?
This one.
Was it the dunk?
I think it was the.
Oh, off.
Was he?
Oh,
Man, they're making some.
he'd have
really
had a
dumb-
few of these really dumb plays.
Why is Jaquez out there? What is he giving you right now? Oh man, that was really close. Did he have the ball when he was on
Unreal.
the line?
2 field goal attempts for Jimmy in the quarter? JMAC just put that in there.
Yeah. One was a fast break dunk.
Yep. I don't know why you're doubling this far out.
Oh, great pass.
So good, but what are you doing? Why are you doubling him 24 feet
I
from the
don't know what they're
basket?
doing.
Doesn't make any
He's-
sense.
Hey,
sees-
Yarmulkes. Mazel tov.
He can face and just see everything. Look, I mean, it's just, I don't understand.
I will say, Joel has not been able to move, but he has passed the ball very well in the second half.
He has. He's passed
Had a
the ball
great
really
passing
well.
season.
Now,
Yes,
to
he
your
has.
point, Miami's making it maybe a bit too easy for him, and they probably should make him score considering where he's at right now,
Yeah.
health wise.
But
Man.
like they went from not covering him behind the arc at all to then doubling him.
Yeah.
What sense does that make?
I don't get it.
Man. Well, let's do I guess a reset. This is this going to be first to 100 points? You may not need 100 to win this game. So we got 99, 96. Sixers over Heat. 36 seconds remaining. Heat have the ball. I don't know, guys. We've watched this whole game, and I'm left wondering who I want to face. I think in my heart of hearts, I am pulling for Miami to pull this one out, and I don't know if that's the right emotion or not.
I still don't know. I just don't know. I don't have a good. I don't have a definitive feeling about it. So
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I came into the game wanting Miami, but the way Joel is moving and playing, it's more of a toss-up at this point for me.
Yeah.
And look, he's making, as they're going to show here on the broadcast, like he's made some threes and he's made some
2 of 4.
passes. Yeah.
I mean, look, Embiid as of right now, 23, 15, and 6 after everything.
Yeah.
You know, 4, 13 from 2, but yeah.
No, those 6 assists are so big.
Yep.
still have Highsmith on the floor. Still have Hawkins on the floor.
Is your quick 2 offense? How do you figure? And no Duncan Robinson. I know we haven't talked about him much, but
you just. Oh, it's a great call. It's a great call.
Yeah.
You just want to. I think you just want to get a good shot up before it hits 24 here.
Yeah,
and they're not doing it. No way. It's a horrible shot. Ball game.
Yep.
Awful.
Man, he's been a superstar.
Terrible
today.
shot.
Nick Batum.
Terrible shot. I mean, is he not the best player for Philly? Either him or Embiid.
Terrible.
I think Batum's been the best player tonight. He was held by Adebayo. He gets that's just an elite block.
Amazing play. Terrible possession.
Yeah, totally.
Horrible possession.
This version of Miami. I mean, go ahead, John. Sorry.
No, I was going to say Miami has. How sick does Miami have to be?
And they almost lost to Chicago last year. I remind you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
They're the exact same position they were last year. They lost this game last year. They played Chicago, right? As the end became the 8th seed. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, we thought it was going to be Philly all along. So.
Man. Philly.
Oh, this is fascinating.
Northeast Jam. Man.
When's the last time the Knicks have faced the Sixers in the playoffs? I should know this.
I can't remember.
It's not happened in the 90s. Didn't happen in the 2000s.
Was it the 80s?
I don't know if it did. Wait, you know what? I think they did play each other in the 80s once. I think
like Bernard versus Julius. Was that a thing that ever happened?
I don't think we got that.
No, Julius Irving, not Julius Randle.
Would you like to know the last time that these two teams played the playoffs?
Yes, just come out from underwater first, and then we can do it.
Would you like to know the last time that these teams played each other in playoffs?
Yes.
So we got to go back to 1989, a series in which the Knicks won 3-0. And then we go back to 1983, the year that the Sixers won the title, a series in which the Sixers won 4-0. And after that, it's the 70s, once in 78, once in 68, and that's it. Oh, no. Then there's like a bunch of series in the 50s, but I'm not counting those.
Shout out AB.
Weren't they still in Syracuse?
Yes, the Nationals. Good job, John.
Oh, of course nobody's open.
It's got Josh Hart
There's-
flashbacks.
Yeah. Final timeout. Yeah, Josh Hart and DiVincenzo late in games. I don't know. Gets a little shaky.
I don't know, guys. What do you, are you as surprised as I am that Caleb Martin sat on the bench the whole fourth quarter?
Uh,
I think Hawkins was like giving him some good stuff.
He did score okay.
yeah.
I agree. That's true. I can't deny that. It
And I also
felt like
I haven't watched enough of the Heat this year to know is like this completely. I mean, I know Hawkins is a rookie. Is tonight completely out of characteristic of him? I can't say.
man.
What a missed opportunity, potentially.
Honestly, it felt like they ended up with a 5-point lead at halftime, and it felt like the way Philly played, it could have been 10-15.
Mhm.
Whoa, what a
Oh, that was
pass.
close.
Big flop by
Where's he
Lowry.
shooting? Man. Oubre got bailed out a little bit there, and your instinct is to get the ball up to the rim, but
Lowry
didn't get-
falls down and then opens up. Amazing. And then he flops.
Kelly Bargnani. Yeah.
Miss both. Wow. Miami has to do it the hardest way possible.
I mean, but just another clutch game they lost. They're going to lose probably. They have not been
Yeah.
good. I've said it before. They've not been good in the clutch all year.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, in this
Amazing.
game, it's like if Jimmy Butler couldn't take a shot because he was too hurt. Like he's not even in the game right now,
It's wild.
so he can't move obviously. So like it's hard to expect them to win a clutch game without Jimmy Butler, half of himself.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
And this has always been, the knock on Bam, right? He just offensively, he just doesn't have the ability to be that consistent, like star offensive player. Where if you just need him, unless he is making 100 mid-range jumpers, but he just it's not his game, and that's the problem for him.
He took 9 shots in 30 minutes. He scored 10 points. Kevin Love had as many points as Bam Adebayo did tonight on 5 field goal attempts, and was frankly the more threatening offensive player. Like there are far too many games from Bam Adebayo that look like this for me to agree that he is an all-NBA level player. He's a very, very good center. He is one of the 10 best centers in the league without question. He's probably one of the 5 best centers in the league. But like, I don't know, man. I think he's one of the guys. I have to double check this. There's either this year or next summer, there's a Supermax decision coming up on him, which I guess he would need to get all NBA to qualify for. So, but even so, like,
And he's not getting all NBA this year.
well, he's not getting it this year. Yeah, no, he's not getting it this year.
It's at the same time, it's like they made the finals last year. And he's essentially your number 2. I hear you. And if I were a Heat fan, I'd be very frustrated about he's just not who he is. It's just not, he'll never be who he is. So
No.
I don't know what you do with that. What kind, like, do you max him?
Oh, he's a max player. I can't not max him.
Whoa, when did Trey get a beard like that? God, that's bad. Oh my God.
It's just distraction of what's going on top.
He looks like one of those like 19-year-old You guys wouldn't. Yeah, well, never mind.
I have no idea where you're going with that one.
I don't. What? 19-year-old what?
Where I went to college. Right there's a rabbinical training school. So a lot of rabbis grow beards. So I was gonna say it's like 19-year-olds who just decide they want to be a rabbi, and they're just like they're just starting to grow it out. It looks terrible. That's what that looked like. Whoa! Tee him up.
Okay.
Wait, they had an off the ball foul. That's definitely not what you want to do if you're Philly.
No, you get a quick 3 here.
It's a nice flop. Terrific flopping by Tyler Hero. Also, not really something. It's between Kent. You got to keep your hands off. You're in full control of the game.
Don't risk it.
It was open.
Should make it.
Oh,
dude, you got to shoot it. What are you taking your time? There's no time on the clock.
Fucking game by 1 point. That's it.
Whoa.
Okay.
what happened?
There's no time. Is that what that was? An inspiring victory? I suppose. All right. Well, bring on Philly.
Philly it is. Let's go.
I'm going to save my thoughts for the live stream I'm about to do, but I'll let you guys close it out.
Listen, they credit to Philly in terms of figuring out a way to grind out enough offense in the second half.
DJ, hold on. Am I underwater?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to the live stream, John.
Oh, we are going?
Yeah, they're not doing all the super chats, but the plan was that all of us, well, all of you,
okay,
would do a mini X's and O's roundtable with the 3 of you.
So then we should all say all say
so
our
just
thoughts.
sign off. Yeah, you're good. Okay. There you go.
Okay. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. This has been fun. Come over to and watch us on the Knicks Film School YouTube channel.
Later.